Hi, everybody. I'm Ren. Welcome to Will of the Dice Presents, a mini campaign series featured in my homebrew world of Opira. We're going to be telling the story of the Luna Atoll Rebellion.
We have a technical difficulty.
Uh-oh.
Christina is cut in half.
Oh, no.
I got it.
Left or right? Okay.
Right in half.
You're not supposed to cut them in half before we start.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'm new to this, guys. I mean, I'm usually behind the other side of the camera.
The doctors tell me I need to be like half this size. It's fine.
Oh, my heavens. All right, so before we get started, we do have a couple of things we got to tell you. The first is we are definitely for mature audiences. So if you are under the age of 18, we are probably not for you and you're going to want to scoot. If you're watching this with your kids, that's on you. The other thing is we are not affiliated with any TTRPG creators, writers, developers. We are just a group of geeks here having a good time. Also, we do not promote smoking or the use of vapes. If you choose to use those products, that's all right. You're an adult, you can make those choices for yourself, but we're not pushing or promoting them in any way. So that out of the way, let's go ahead and get some introductions done as we have got a couple of new faces with us tonight.
Hi, you guys. Y'all know me. I'm usually in the chat and I'm on the other side of the camera. It's Lolly G50, or you can call me Ames. Tonight I will be playing Ursula, and you can find me on Twitter at Lolly G50.
Hello, everyone. It's me. Sorry, my camera's usually over here. Hi. It's been a minute. It's me, Patrick. Tonight I will be playing Maldar, the Changeling Fortune Teller. They are constantly shifting, changing appearances and voices every day because part of their job is telling fortunes and channeling the spirits through them. And the best way to do that is to look like the person you're channeling. So yeah, I'm here with my fellow friends in the troop, and yeah, we're going on an adventure. Anyway, and you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Hey, it's Christina. And I am playing Maeve Moonblossom. I'm an Eladrin druid who kind of is like the front man for Meldar. Take the cash and funnel the people in. And you can find me on Twitter at Tia Morsoscula. Someday I'll be able to say it.
I am Tier the DM, and tonight I am Tier the player, world's okayest player. I am playing Julian Nighthawk, a Gloomstalker Ranger. And you can find me on the Twitters at Tier_the_DM. Locke was supposed to be with us tonight, but it looks like real life caught them. So, one things I want to point out is that if you look on our lovely overlays, our pronouns are there now. And so that way you know how to address us. So, yay. All right. That's me. I'll shut up now.
And as I said at the beginning, my name is Ren Matley, and I'm going to be your DM for this weird little adventure. I'm not used to being on this side. Still a little bit of an adjustment. Do forgive my voice if it cuts out at all, please. I am recovering from COVID and I'm a little bit of a mess still. So, any questions before we begin?
Not the face.
I make no promises. No kidding. All right. So, we're going to be starting out with this group already knowing each other, as we discussed ahead of time. And they're traveling from the mainland to a small collection of islands far off the eastern coast of the mainland. They're traveling to Luna Atoll. Luna Atoll is, from the outside looking in, a paradise. The islands are lush and green, and the water is warm, and it's the only place in this world where a special magical herb called Tulani root grows. Now, not everything's peachy keen in paradise. Even on the mainland, you all have heard rumors of a supposed rebellion plotting to overthrow the overseer and take control of the precious, pricey crop for themselves. And now, the overseer, Lord von Meyer, has reached out for you because his daughter, his only child, has gone missing. And he believes she's been taken by the rebels as a bargaining chip. Uh-oh, we lost here. Oh, there he is. And so our story will begin with you arriving on the docks on the eastern coast of Luna Atoll. From here, you can see this portion of the beach is quite lovely. It's beautiful, warm white sands, and overlooking it, a large manor house.
So we're going to have to take a tech break so I can reboot. My system is
Uh-oh.
having all kinds of problems. Tech gremlins. So
Sorry,
I'm so
everybody.
sorry, everyone. I hope they can hear me. Put us in break there, Ames, and I'll be
Yep.
back.
We will be right back.
You're muted, Ren.
All right, now let's give this another try. Hey, everybody, we're back. Thank you for your patience while we dealt with that. So, again, you've just arrived on a dock on the Luna Atoll, on the large island of the Luna Atoll, on the white sandy beach, being overlooked by a large manor house. There to meet you are some very well dressed service people who will help you with any bags that you might have with you and escort you up to the house. Upon arriving at the house, you'll be taken inside and shown to what looks like a library of sorts, where a man in a very fine suit will be waiting to meet you.
Maldar will take the lead, being kind of the face of the operation. And they currently look feminine in their features. They are pale skinned, soft round nose, pointed ears, a bob blonde cut, and they're a little on the shorter side. The clothing is straight, just black robes. She wears a necklace around her, like a chained little necklace with a gem on it, and her she has like a little like headband around her hair, and she just says, "Is this the Lord who sent for us? Hello."
He will turn around slowly. You will see that this is a human male, about 5 feet 10 inches tall, black hair with graying just above the ears, deep blue eyes. There are deep worry lines on his face. Oh, thank goodness you've come.
Yes, this is my name is Mal. I'm the fortune teller, and then this is Julian and May, and pointing to each of the people. Julian being Tyr's character, Maeve, and Ursula. Um, we had another. He's usually in our entourage, but he'll he's not here right now.
Yes, yes, I was expecting 5 of you. That's it's all right. Uh, do you think that you'll be able to help me?
Well, you see, our little one he's very curious. He likes to run around a lot and go through trees and sometimes pop out of shadows. It scares the dickens out of me. Such simpler times. Anyway, no, I'll get right on it. Hang on. No, yes, I think we'll be able to help you in any way we can. I mean, my specialty is sort of speaking to the dead, and well, I haven't heard her through yet.
That is a relief. We lost her mother just a year ago. I couldn't bear losing her too.
When was the
Oh.
last time they were seen?
Let's see. I sent for all of you 4 days ago. So it's been 5, almost 6 days now.
Hmm.
Where were they last seen?
She was in her room. We tucked her in for the night, and I mean, I guess she's not a baby anymore. She is 16. But I've always seen her to bed ever since her mother passed.
Can we
Can
see
we?
the room? I'm sorry, dear.
It's fine. Same thought.
Yes,
Uh,
take us to the room, please. I would love to be able to get in there and start feeling around, as it were.
yes, yes, absolutely. Follow me, please. He'll lead you down a large corridor lined with many, many rooms, up a set of quite grand stairs, short distance down another corridor to what basically looks like a large suite. The this is Raylan's room.
Hi.
So upon entering the room, you can see that this is a very large main room with, the usual settee and a little sitting area for tea and whatnot. There is a balcony off of this room. Um, to one side, there is a small, like, bed chamber, and to the other, there is a private bathing area.
I would like to investigate to see if there's any sign of struggle.
Go ahead.
Could, could I also help him with that investigation check, but do it in the way that looks like I'm trying to connect to the energy and the spirits in the room?
Sure.
Shit.
Go ahead and make that with advantage.
Okay, thanks for the advantage. That is a nat 20 plus 3 for 23.
So there are some things in the room that seem a bit out of place. There's drawers that have bits of clothing sticking out the top like they were shut in a hurry. The curtain is it's pulled to the side, and while it's not pulled down, it doesn't look like it's sitting right. It's almost like it's pulled out more through the space than it should be. Um, and just something doesn't seem right about it.
Does this, with my 23, does this seem more like somebody was rushing to get out of here, or does it seem more like they was forced out of here?
I'd say with what's there, it's hard to tell for sure. Somebody was definitely in a rush. It's just hard to tell if it was Raylan or someone else.
Maeve would like to go closer to like where the curtains are and kind of inspect around the curtains and then move behind and kind of look behind the curtains.
Okay.
Oh, that one went away. 16.
All right. So this set of curtains leads to the doors that go out onto the balcony. And as I said, the curtains are pulled to the side, but not in the way they're supposed to be. It's not like draped neatly and pulled up and whatnot, the way you would expect something in a grand manor house like this to be. It looks like the curtains had been shoved aside instead of being put up neatly. And they're pulled off oddly, like I said, almost like someone was going out through them.
Do I notice anything like with the doors or anything like obvious marks or anything?
Nope.
I'm gonna try the doors and just walk out onto the balcony to check around the balcony.
Yeah, door opens easily.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of look around the balcony, see if I see anything weird or out of place.
All right, go ahead and roll an investigation. While she's rolling that, does anybody else doing anything?
Ursula's going to have been, walking around not so quietly because she's quite large, Goliath. But um, she's going to call out to Meldar. She's going to be like, Mal, you hear nothing? Nothing.
I haven't gotten a chance to really sit down and with anything. I didn't want to be rude to the Lord here and do an entire thing in his missing daughter's bedroom, but I could, with your permission, your lordsness.
Please, I must know what's happened with her.
Very well, very well. Well, and she'll uh, kind of look around and then just clap in expectance that like some servant will come because she doesn't have her bags or, or anything. They all took them from her. Um, and should a servant arrive, she'll just be like, "I need the small wooden box in my luggage, please. Please bring that to me, and I will. And if you could fetch me a glass of wine, would be perfect."
A young half elf will nod at you and rush out of the room to go fetch those things. Christina, what'd you roll in that investigation?
I rolled a natural 20, so I got a 23.
Ah. So, checking around on the balcony, near the railing, you will find a small, ripped piece of blue fabric.
So Maeve is gonna call over Julian. Come look at this.
Julian will move over, looking with his ranger eyes.
I'm going to point to the piece of fabric.
How far up are we?
This is the second floor of the house.
So would you say we're more or less than 30 feet?
I'd say it's probably between 30 and 40 feet.
Julian will put one hand on the banister and leap. And when he gets to where he feels comfortable, he will misty step the extra 30 feet to the ground and investigate.
All right, then. Julian finding himself then on the lawn below in what is basically one of those lovely garden areas where it's open lawn with like a little patio seating area and lovely garden all the way around the edges, keeping it closed off from the outside and giving it some privacy.
I have a 16 on the investigation.
There are spots here in the dirt below the balcony that look disturbed, but it has been 6 days and the prints are faint.
Does it look like a ladder? Like prints from a ladder?
It's hard to say.
Are they evenly spaced?
There's quite a few spots. Like I said, there's it looks like tracks or spots of just where it's been disturbed. But with a 16, it's hard to discern exactly what it was. It has been 6 days.
Continue looking for footprints or anything to follow.
All right. And while you're looking for that, Mal, sorry, I'm blanking on names. My brain is mushy. The servant will return with your box and your glass of wine.
Ah, perfect. And she'll take the glass of wine and the box, put the box kind of under her arm, and cheers, thank you, young man. And she'll drink the wine as so DM, I'm looking through my character sheet, and there's not really like a skill for this. So I have to ask, is it possible to cast guide to use I do have a thing that allows me to use guidance whenever because of what my thing because I'm asking for the spirits for advice. So I am wondering if it is possible with my connection to the spirits to more or less ask them via like an arcana check or an insight check and ask them in a sort of performance of what is going on, if there's anything that they can, if there's like any residual ghosts that are here, or they're like whispers from other like planes that have just seen this room and are there. Basically, flavor wise, I want to do a seance, but my character sheet doesn't tell me how to do a seance.
Okay. Oh man. This one's gonna be interesting on the fly. All right. So first, I'm going to ask for a performance check for what Von Meyer and the others are seeing.
Perfect. I am 100% into that. I'm 100% into that because that's like her. That's like their whole shtick, you know.
Guidance.
And
If
then
I
I'm
can use
going to ask you
guidance.
for a charisma to see if you get any answers.
Perfect. Could I use guidance on myself as that is part of my cantripy things?
Sure.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. So the first one being performance, the guidance of the spirits coming to her. This whole ritual probably takes like 10 minutes, I would assume. Just like the whole reading and everything. And so that performance check is a 23.
All right. So from the outside, it definitely looks to all of you and to Von Meyer especially, who's not seen you do this before, Like you are absolutely like in the zone talking to the spirits.
Hell yeah. Oh, yes, great spirits of all of beyond and around, come to me now. Please hear my cries into the ether. I'm looking for a lost child, and she must be found. Please come and listen to my sound. You said a charisma check?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, hang
Meanwhile,
on. Go ahead.
meanwhile, because this is like when they do seances at other times, um, Ursula's going to walk kind of behind Mal and kind of stand there with her head bowed, and her sword is out, and she's just holding it on the floor. It's a sword of moon touch, so it just starts emanating like this very soft glow from behind Mal. Because where Mal is sitting, you can't really see the sword unless you were to walk around behind.
Fair.
Charisma.
Falling in the
Could
regular
I
rolls here.
could I make a case for a persuasion check since I'm trying to persuade the spirits to talk to me? Still charisma, but
Sure.
hell yeah. Means I get an extra one to that, so that's 4. Okay. So that is, if I'm reading my numbers correctly, that's that, then that. That is a 21.
To the rest of you, there is a sound of wind blowing like almost over a seashell, that soft, slight howl. But Mal, to your ears, there's a distinctive voice mixed in there. She's not here.
Thank you, oh spirits of beyond. Thank you. She has so her tarot deck is a deck of playing cards, so she's got that all set out. She has a crystal ball in the middle of all of them. The cards are around her. There's the little thing of incense going up, so she's standing there in front of everyone, sitting there on the floor with her arms up, just thank you, thank you. And she'll she has a very big, she has a lot of little candles that are unlit at this moment, but there is a big candle that is lit above table. That's my candle of the deep. um and so yeah, she kind of just sits there for a moment. Still like be doing the performance aspect. She's sitting there and she kind of shakes a little bit to give some tension. And then for fun, her hair will change from blonde to long, like past the chest. The if there were, what length do you call that? Armpit length? That's more appropriate, right? Than titty length. Anyway, armpit length black hair with a single streak through it. Her facial features, everything else stays the same, but her hair will change with the silver streak. She's like, oh, the spirits have been most kind to me today. Most kind. And she'll blow out her candle and start packing her stuff up. And then she puts it in the box and she goes, spirits have told me that she's not here.
Do you mean she's not here in the house or she's not there in the spirit realm?
I'm going to try and lie to him by saying, here could mean anywhere, but usually here means here. It's a lie to saying she has no idea which it means, but she's trying to give him reassurance by lying to him.
Not gonna lie, in the moment I had expected you to ask them another question, but
You got the answer.
so we went with it. All right. Well, Mal has been doing all of this with Ursula literally backing her up to create effects. Julian, you're down in the courtyard.
Yes, I'm looking for tracks.
All right.
Another investigation.
Yes, sir.
That will be a 23.
Ooh. There are indentations. It's hard to tell if it's an actual footprint and how many, but there are indents in the ground leading over toward the garden gate.
We'll call up to the balcony. I found something, and head towards the garden gate.
Right on cue. See, I told you she's not here.
Oh, wait, before all of you run off, is there anything you need from me?
She'll finish her wine. Another one of these when we return, and possibly staying here this evening, should we return.
Well, of course. Please, if you need a cart for traveling to the workers' part of the island, or if you need a map or anything, please let me know.
Oh, a map would be excellent. Just give that over to, where's Maeve?
Maeve will wander in when she hears her name. Yes.
Maeve, get the map from the nice gentleman lord, and meet us downstairs. Hopefully we can catch Julian and whatever he's doing.
Yes, ma'am. But yes.
You've got it. Come, Ursula. Thank you for protecting my spirit as always.
Of course, of course. She's going to put her sword away, but before they walk out of the room, she's going to turn to the Lord and just say, "The cart may also not be a bad idea." And she's going to reach over and clap him on the shoulder. Yes, she's clapping the Lord on the shoulder. You can tell it's not meant to be hard, but you can also tell she doesn't really know her strength because she kind of, a little bit. And don't worry, we will find your daughter.
Oof. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Maeve will scuttle over and I apologize. She doesn't know her own strength. And outstretch her hands for whatever. The map, whatever it is. She's supposed to be grabbing. She was only half paying attention, so.
Oh, yes, of course. He'll turn to the servant girl next to him who had fetched the wine and things for Mal. Make sure that they have any of their belongings that they need, arrange for our cart for them, and get them a map. She'll nod and kind of run down the stairs. A moment later, she and another young servant person will meet you in the foyer with each of your bags, the map that they'll hand to you, Maeve, and the other will gesture out the door where there is now a cart with horse waiting for you.
I want to ask the servant girl a question first, though. So Maeve is going to lean over and say, "Dear, not to violate any privacy of the house, but young girls notice things. Did the daughter have a habit of maybe sneaking out to see a lover or a friend?"
She'll look around and very carefully lean into you. I've never seen Miss Raylan away from her father.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure if this was, like a lover's tryst, you don't necessarily want to interrupt at an inopportune moment.
I hadn't even considered such a thing.
Thank you so much. And then she'll scuttle outside.
Young'un, you can keep my bag here. I don't need to carry it with me. I just will carry, and she pats the box, her alms box of things. I'll have this, but do you have that cup of wine with you?
She will once again look around, reach up her sleeve, and produce a small bottle that she'll hand to you that she has snuck from the kitchen.
Perfect. You are. Well, hang on here. Hang on. Maeve, my coin purse. Give, like an old lady trying to get someone to tip the wait staff is what's happening. Give her like 5 gold. Give her 5 gold from my stash. You're going places. If you need somewhere to stay after this, if you don't like him, you're
5 gold, not copper. Gold.
Did I stutter?
Yes. And then Maeve will pull out the 5 gold and hand it to the servant girl.
Her eyes will go wide. This girl is probably like 12 years old. She's probably never had that much gold in her hand at once. She will hold it in close, give you all a little curtsy, and then scurry off.
Stop.
Ursula, you
Yeah.
wanted the cart. Do you know how to drive it?
Well, most carts aren't big enough for the likes of me, but I can walk with the horse.
Did they give us a horse too, or just the cart?
Yeah, they gave you a horse.
Okay.
The boy present listening to this conversation. Do you need a driver? I know how to drive the cart.
Yes,
Yes.
possibly, young man. But first, I think we need to go find my other friend. Can you point me in the direction to the back of your house? Outside, possibly?
He'll nod, lead you out the front door, the length down to the right side of the house, and then point toward the back gate. Julian, did you stay where you were or did you take off?
Julian's following the tracks. So he
The
would at least
tracks,
went to the garden gate.
all right. The tracks are very faint from this point, but they do lead out to the road where you'll lose them.
Julian will sniff the ground, pick up a couple blades of grass and taste it. I would like to examine the gate.
All right.
Meanwhile, as they're walking back there, Ursula's just going to bellow out through the yard. Jules, boy, don't go running off without the rest of us.
Julian will not respond. He's checking the gate to see how easily it opens, if it squeaks, any characteristics of the gate.
All right.
That is a 22.
The gate is pristine. It doesn't squeak at all. Its hinges are beautifully oiled and tended. The latch lifts very, very easily. It opens smoothly, not even a squeak.
In relation to the rest of the fence,
Mhm.
like, does the rest of the fence look as well manicured as the gate, or was the gate recently manicured?
No, it all looks pristine. Even the bushes along the fence line itself, even here on the outside and not in the manicured courtyard, are perfectly tended.
Buster Cluck, he will say, slipping out the gate and looking around. You said I lose the tracks in the road.
Hmm.
Do I know which way they were heading before I lose them?
So if you were following the tracks, they go on an angle toward the road, and the angle takes you away from the beach where you came in. Once you see the map the others have shown you, I think it'll be easier to explain.
Okay. I will wait for my comrades.
As
Young man, can we use the road to go around the back?
You can. You can just walk here on the lawn to get to the back gate.
The cart's fine to go across the lawn.
Oh, if you're taking the cart, we should probably stick to the road. Mr. Von Meyer, Lord Von Meyer, doesn't like when we tear up the grass. He
Well,
says
that's
it
what I
takes
meant.
too long to mend.
We'll just hoof it then. Thank you, young man. I think I see my friend over there. We'll go catch up with him. And she'll motion, again to Maeve for him to get something. Give the boy something. Give it to him. But don't give him as much as the other one. He could have taken us through the house to get to the outside. Decided to take us through the entire outside. Give him like 2.
Maeve's
Hearing
gonna grab a
your
couple
whisper,
of coppers.
hearing your whisper, the boy will actually say, "It's actually quicker to come outside to get to that gate than to go through the house."
They're old. It's fine.
But are you sure you don't want me to take you to town in the cart? It's an awfully long walk.
No, no, we'll take the cart into town. I just want to confer with my friend first. If you want to go ahead and do whatever it is young men do with horses before they get ready for riding or driving the horses, just you prepare for us and we'll come right to you.
"Oh, yes, sir." And he'll go to see to the cart while you all join Julian by the back gate.
Julian is now looking for birds' nests or squirrels, chipmunks, raccoons.
Well, then get down from there. You could hurt yourself.
I know what I'm about, Gramps.
I will save you
Woman.
looking around the fence. There are no nests of any sort in the bushes along the fences.
There's no critters in the bushes.
Nope.
Cluck.
I am a woman, thank you. Or at least right now.
I forget. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
focused.
fine. That's very fair. But still, get down from there and tell me what you found.
Well, there's tracks that lead from beneath the balcony to the gate. And then he'll point that go this way. My guess is they got on a cart or in a coach carriage, perhaps, and went. He'll point down the road that way.
Well, we have a cart, but lovely Mal here thought that we should come get you first.
That's probably a good idea because I was about to head off. So,
Exactly. And I would never leave Julian behind. He's been here the longest out of all of you. I can't replace Julian.
I wasn't going to leave Julian behind. I was going to go around and run into him.
Why would... I don't need you to run into him right now, Maeve. We are working.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
so is
Ma'am,
that
I'm
what we're
sorry.
calling it now?
Apparently.
It's later. Except unless you're the little servant boy and the horse. I don't know what Mal thinks boys do with horses, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Anyway, we've also found out that she doesn't seem to have a lover, that she always is with her daddy.
There's always a lover.
Maybe. I don't know how old this daughter is. The spirits told me she's not here, which, honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have asked them a little bit more, but I was just excited that it worked. You know, sometimes it doesn't always work, and, well, this time it worked.
It worked.
Mal, he did tell you that the daughter is 16.
Oh. Oh. Oh, but seems to be a spirit has just told me that it reminded me that it's 16. Thank you. Thank you. Spirit, what is your initials? The initial is first letter is D and the second letter is M. Perfect. Well, let's see if you stick around for some time. Sorry, you all. I'm speaking to air again. Let's go. She'll just basically black robes box, and she's still carrying the bottle of wine as she heads towards the cart.
Julian will lean into Maeve. It pays well. That's all I can say. And follow behind, taking a moment to give the horse a good rub on its neck, a good pat, trying to become friends with the horse as it is an animal, and Julian prefers animals over people.
Fair enough. The horse is very well groomed and kept.
I would like to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Hello, horsey.
Hello.
We're looking for the young lady that lives here. Have you seen her?
No, she doesn't ride me much. I mostly just pull the cart.
Well, thank you. And he will pull out a bit of apple from his pouch and give it to the horse. The horse hasn't seen her.
For the record, the boy watches you do this and stares in wide-eyed wonder.
Ursula's
Stick with us,
gonna.
young man.
God. God.
No, go ahead.
Ursula's gonna lean over toward the boys standing, and she's gonna be like, "Stick around us, and you see all kinds of fun."
So,
please.
so do you all load into the wagon?
Yes. Julian sits up front.
All right.
Maeve will help Mel get into the wagon.
Get your hands off me. I just have this voice. Doesn't mean I'm that old. She very spryly gets into the wagon.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair. You did have your hands full.
I mean, Ursula just would have hefted you up there, but
There. Once you're all loaded, the boy will give the reins a little tug, get the horse moving. The cart isn't super fast, but this is definitely easier on your bodies than walking. It does take some time to travel the road. The road is going to lead along the edge of the island, along the lagoon side. So from here, you have a fantastic view of this lovely beach and this absolutely gorgeous, sparkling blue lagoon. The early morning sun reflecting off of it, almost seeming to dance and glisten.
So while we're
Yes.
riding, Julian wants to be giving the boy a lesson on where to put arrows to wound, to maim, and to kill quickly.
He'll
Going
look
very in depth.
Kid will definitely look horrified. So as you pass the Von Meyer estate, you'll notice that the lush, thick trees that were on your right, with the lagoon to your left, give way to large open fields where you can see these unusual plants with bright red leaves and blue stems growing. If any of you have seen Tulani root before, you'll know that that's what this is. And there are simply acres of open fields growing this. Out in the fields, you can see people working, some picking, some weeding, but there's a large number of people. It definitely takes a lot of work to run what is essentially a giant plantation here. It will take a little over an hour to arrive at the workers' village.
On our journey, Mal would ask the young boy, "Young man, I must ask you, with all these workers here in your lagoon, how much money does you usually bring in? Does your lord bring in?"
I don't know, sir. I've never asked such questions. It's not exactly my job.
Well, you may not have to ask, young man. You have sets of eyes, you have sets of ears, you walk around the estate. You must certainly hear some talk or hear names of people coming in. Do you know what oh goodness. I uh what bracket of payment the Lord pays into for his taxes to the kingdom?
I don't know, sir. I'm just a stable boy.
Oh.
Mel,
Hmm.
you do realize the age of this young man, right?
Ears.
Taxes might be above his.
Got ears and he's got eyes. I was once a young one that would see and hear everything. I may not have understood it, but it was still a good question. And you'll see her nose will change from being rounded to more pointed.
So how much do you make, child?
Oh, my parents get a salary, and I get 2 silver a week for cleaning the stables and taking care of the horses.
Given this economy, would that be a fair wage?
For a child, possibly.
Hmm. The corporate machine continues to turn, breaking the backs of the little man.
Truly, truly, Julian.
I think both of you need to cool it. This is just a kid, like Babe was saying.
Rebellion can start in the youth. Remember what I showed you with the arrows, kid. You may need it one day.
He will turn and look at Maeve and
Listen to
kind
your
of mouth.
mother.
He'll nod.
This must be where we need to be. Thank you, young man. Stay right here and we'll be right back.
Do I have to stay right here, or can I take the horse over by the water?
You can take the horse by the water. He just doesn't want you to wander off, dear. Thank you.
Okay.
You will see Mao, because they've been more or less misgendered again, that her titties will get bigger because she's a changeling, so we could change any appearance. So she will make herself more pronounced, so her waist will thin up a little bit. She will go from being a moderate booty to a thickums, and will have huge titties. It looks very disproportionate, but also unmistakably a woman.
Now, dear, is that the most practical? Never mind.
Seems you've got her riled up again.
I apologize, my lady. He will nod. Then
It's
he
all
will
right.
look at the kid. Yeah, take the horses by the water. Don't worry. If you get lost, I can find you. No matter where you are, I will find you. And then we'll try to smile, a very disconcerting smile.
I mean, the trough is just right there by that tree.
Yeah, yes, honey, it's fine. They're trying to be polite. It's okay, sweetie. And Maeve's gonna look in her own pouch for like a little sweet treat and hand it to the boy. You're a good boy. It's okay.
Oh, his eyes will light up at the sweet.
Excuse me, DM.
Yes,
Can we take a break?
absolutely. We'll be back in 10. And welcome back. And as the party has now arrived in the workers' village, as they dismount from their cart, the young man leading the horse over to the trough to drink, to everyone's surprise, who do they see walking in, Locke?
You all see he's small in stature, probably about 5'4".
We're not back.
He's
We're not back?
We're not back.
Okay.
I know we're not.
All right, try it again.
There we go.
Are we actually back this time?
Yeah, that was a hell of a delay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right,
really
well-
long delay.
All right. Well, if we're actually back this time,
I would wait just a second. We gotta let it catch up.
okay. Just let me know when.
I think we're caught up.
All right. And welcome back, everybody. As the party has arrived at the edge of the workers' village, dismounting from their cart and allowing the young boy to take the horse over to the trough to drink, wandering into their space out of the bit of trees that are here, I'll let Locke describe who you see.
you see a lizard folk. He's small in stature. He's about 5'4". His scales are yellow and brown with some bare hints of red here and there. He is wearing black pants that they're sort of loose, but then gather just below the knee and become more form-fitting down to the ankle. His feet are bare. And he's got sort of a long piece of fabric wrapped around his shoulders and pulled up like a hood, but his chest is bare, and he's just got some cloth strips wrapped around his forearms.
Murdoch!
I say his feet are bare. They're not actually bare. He's got there's a leather sole under his foot, but it doesn't extend all the way. It's more like a sandal and straps over. But his claws are still sort of sticking out over the edges of the soles. And he just sort of wanders out of the woods and looks over at the cart that's just arrived, and it's about time you all got here. Kept me waiting. Yes.
Yao Yi, don't you run off from me again. We have to stay together as a group. That's how we get lost. That's how we get hurt.
Yao Yi was not lost. Yao Yi is here. You came to Yao Yi as was foretold. Yeah. Also, what happened to Memories and Booty?
Some people, slightly looking over to Maeve, can't recognize the features of my body. So I have decided to make myself known. And she sticks out her chest a little bit.
They got her riled
Yes.
again.
Yes, just remember, while like this, if you get pregnant and then you go swimming, you'll be a submarine.
I'm gonna write down these aphorisms and put them in a book one day. I'll give you credit. Anyway, and she will say very loudly, "Can anyone help me, please?"
What do you need, Mao?
Your mistress, what do you need help with?
Not. It's just like you could. Not you all. God Damn it. The health these days. God, he was so
Julian will stand up. We're looking for information, and we'll pay coin for it.
So as you're looking into the workers' village, it's a very small village. However, it seems to have a lot of people moving about in it. The buildings are very simple. Some appear to be cobbled together of what's left over or salvaged from older buildings. The houses are small, very, very simple, with thatch roofs. Some have small gardens growing food out front, some don't. Uh, but despite its meager appearance, the place is just buzzing with activity. People seem to be going in and out of the few shops with their purchases or goods that are available for trade. The sound of the smithy's hammer rings loudly over the noise of the daily life. The cobbler is calling out the name of someone whose shoes are ready, and a crowd looks to be gathering at what appears to be a tavern just across the way. However, as you call out and offer to pay, a young pair, uh, looks to be one boy, one girl. I had them in front of me. A pair of elven, not really children, young adults, will look up and come scurrying over and
Are
speaking
you
in
being
unison.
repressed?
I'm sorry?
Are you being repressed? Does the lord of this manor repress you? Or your backs being broke for an unfair wage?
I don't think I understand the question.
Do you get paid well?
I mean, we get paid.
Is there a rebellion afoot?
And they'll both look at each other and look at you. We don't know what you're talking about, and they'll scurry off at that.
Wait, no, wait, come back. No, please come back.
I was going to join. Down with the monarchy.
You old such and such, darling, how many times have I told you you can't just go around asking if people are in a rebellion? No one will ever answer that. No.
It was a very direct question. I expected a very direct answer.
But the four of you, just come with me and try to look important. And now will start to make their way to the crowd of people outside of the tavern.
When he says try to look important, Julian will pull a large hat with a large feather plume from his pack and put it on his head.
As they're doing that, Yao Yi says, "Remember, when life shuts the door, open it again because that's how doors work."
Thank God there's a tavern.
Maeve is gonna pull like her scarf over her head and just try to shrink down as much as possible, staying away from the massive booty but following behind.
Remembering he's supposed to look important, Julian will come up and hook Maeve's arm, as acting as if he is a gentleman to escort her.
All right, then. Seeing you coming across the open space, Mal, there's no way to get across the space without attracting the attention of at least one person. He'll come over to you. He's got a bit of a squinty eye on one side. He's missing a tooth or two in the front. He's a bit bedraggled looking. What's a pretty thing like you doing here?
I am Maldar the Mag. Well, the name isn't important. I am Maldar, and this is my companions slash entourage slash employees slash dearest and oldest friends. And we're here because it seems that there's someone missing.
Well, I'm right here.
I'm very aware. Now, do you know what I like to do to people who are just right there?
Have a drink with him?
No, you ninny can poop butt face McGee. She casts she casts vicious mockery on this guy.
Okay, what does he have to roll against that?
It's a wisdom DC 13. I unleash a string of insults, and nincompoopy face McGee is the string of insults this time.
He rolled a 3.
Perfect. Perfect. Um, he takes D4 psychic damage. I don't know if you want him to take the damage, but she just wants him to leave her the fuck alone if he's gonna be like that. He's not any help. He's just trying to hit on him.
Sorry, people shouting to each other in the next room. Yeah, you sling your insults at him, and he cringes and pulls back, and kind of just looks at you for a moment, and then scurries off into the rest of the crowd.
But I thought Mama still got it. For those not seeing it, I licked my finger and touched my butt.
And on we go.
So you're making your way over to the tavern?
Yes.
All right, arriving at the tavern, just like the other buildings, this is kind of put together from what looks like bits and pieces of different older buildings or things, but it is larger than the other buildings. And inside seems to be a lively place. There are tables and chairs. The floor is mostly dirt. Honestly, there are places where it's sawdust. There is a simple bar, and there are lots of people drinking and chatting and having a good time. But as you all enter, being strangers in this place, everyone is going to stop and stare.
It's my hat.
Oh, workers of the Lord here on. I am Maldar, speaker and soothsayer to the spirits of beyond, and we are here to gather information from you and the dead among you. And we're going to be right over, and she's going to look for an empty table and point to it, and we'll be right over there should you wish to talk to us. And she'll get everybody to follow her to the table and sit down.
Ale. Lots of ale over at this table.
Do not be intimidated by my hat.
Would you happen to have some warm tea?
The barkeep will come over. She's a dwarf, though a tad bit taller than your average dwarf. The build is a little bit more slender than what you would normally expect to see. Soft brown hair and just a chin beard. And her ears point more like an elf's than a dwarf's.
Half breed. I don't say that out loud. That's just what I'm thinking.
And what can I get all of you?
Yes, do you have hot tea? Yes.
I got hot tea, yeah. It's not the
Yes,
best,
yes.
but I got some.
Fine. Be it dear, hot tea with honey and shot of whiskey in it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got some cheap whiskey, but I'm out of honey. It's the wrong season for it.
Bring me a bottle. Something strong.
All right, then. And
Lots
for
of
you?
ale.
And anything for the two of you?
Mistress, you go first.
Oh, dearie, just bring me a goblet. She'll take the bottle of wine out of the box.
She'll squint her eyes, making note of the bottle. And you, girl?
Do you have anything local, non-alcoholic? Juice, water. I don't care. Goat milk.
I've got goat milk and I've got water.
Beautiful. One of each.
All right then. And
Before
she
you go,
will.
can I ask you a question?
What you
Oh,
want?
here it comes.
He'll lean close and whisper this time. Are you being repressed?
Are you a spy?
No. I'm against the monarchy. I'm against people in general, but especially the monarchy.
What's a monarchy?
The Lord. He'll nod back towards the way of the manor.
You plotting against the overseer?
I'm looking for like-minded individuals.
I don't think I can help you. She'll turn and walk away.
You're still bringing the tea, though, right?
Damn it, Julian! I've told you! You can't be. I know. And she squints her. I know. Also, it should be noted, she does still have like the wrinkles and the old woman face, but she is a Thickums old woman. So she's a hot old lady. I told you. We can't. You're asking the wrong questions. Find out after. Wait. Hang on. Bob Dope always said, be kind to your friends before you make them your enemies. And you're asking people if they're part of a revolution. These people seem happy here. So let's find the ones that aren't happy here. But first, let Mama get her drink on.
So should I just ask the bar who's not happy? I can do that. And he'll take off his hat and stand up.
And as he starts to stand up to ask that question, Yao Yi stands up and steps in front of him and goes,
Did you know that dog food lid spelled backwards is dildo of God?
he says
Yeah.
very loudly to everyone in the pub.
Yao Yu will actually get some laughs and a lot of confused looks. But a few
One
will
of those
actually laugh.
confused looks.
So I shouldn't ask. I thought we were here to get questions, damn it. And he'll pound his fist on the table.
We are, but do you remember when we first started out and we first tried to get people to come to my little table and we would sit outside at the town entrances and remember Bob Dope? Bob Dope?
I never liked Bob Dope.
Well, me neither. He was a creep and an old geezer. But that's neither here nor there. Man spoke true most of the time, and we should follow his advice. So be a dear and find some nice people that want to have their fortune read. Maybe somebody who's possibly lived in the close to the house or has worked recently near. But
Yes. Julian, remember that thing that you liked to do with your fingers? That I said, way too rough. Subtly, gently. It's like that.
Well, Maeve is trying very hard not to hear this conversation. She's going to be looking around the tavern for someone who looks older. Not like out of their mind old, but like they've been in town for a while, they've worked there for a while, might be like wiser kind of person.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
I got a 17.
Off on the far side by a small window, there looks to be an older man. He's human in appearance, wrinkled face, gray hair balding at the top.
So Maeve is going to use her. I'm guessing it's not more than 30 feet away if we're inside a tavern.
No.
I'm going to use my face step and go over there. And then, because I am Autumn, Up to two creatures within 10 feet of me, so the old man specifically, must succeed on a wisdom saving throw DC 12 or be charmed for 1 minute.
All right. As you reappear from your misty step, though, you will notice that the tavern has gone completely silent. Sorry, the cat made a mess of my dice tray. God damn it. Apparently I have tears luck with dice. I rolled a 5. So yes,
Excellent.
he is charmed.
Good sir, may I have a seat with you, please?
Oh, of course, yes. Please sit with me.
Thank you so much. You seem like a nice, mature, knowledgeable fellow. And she's going to put her hand on his shoulder. Would you be so kind as to help me out? I'm very new in town.
Well, I could know if I'd seen you about.
You're aware of the Lord's daughter? Um, she's about 16.
Oh, Lorraine. Yeah.
Raylan, that's it. Yes.
I, I
I'm
spent
told that. I'm sorry.
I spent a bit of time in the gardens up there at the house before I came back out to the fields.
The gardens are lovely. So some of that was your work.
Oi, I
I could tell that you were good with your hands just looking at you.
oh, he'll blush a little.
So that means you're a very observant fellow, also. I know they say Raylan is always with her father, but you can tell me, does she have a secret love?
I've not seen the child. She was wee, but
Oh,
I don't know how anyone could get close enough to her. Her father hardly lets her out of his sight,
like,
especially from what I hear from since he lost her mum.
so he kind of keeps her locked up?
Well, not locked up per se, but doesn't let her go far. He's terrified rebels will do something.
Oh, shh. Don't talk loudly about rebels, please. Especially around my friends. And she's gonna side eye over to the other table where Julia is.
He'll look over toward them and back at her. You gotta be careful who you ask about such things.
Right.
There's
So,
those who just think you're a Von Meyer spy.
exactly. Now, I don't want to get caught up in a rebellion. Who should I avoid to make sure that doesn't happen?
Oh, well. He's gonna look about the room. You see the redheaded dwarf over there?
She's going to kind of look out of the side of her eye with trying not to be obvious about it. Mm-hmm.
Keep clear of her if you don't want to get caught up in things.
Oh, thank you so much. You are so charming. And you know what? Let me get your drink. And is there anything else that you need? You've been more than helpful.
Oh. No, I think I've got what I need. Gretchen gave me a nice bowl of stew earlier.
Oh, well, that was very good. Is the stew here good? I haven't eaten yet.
Oh, Gretchen makes really good stew.
I'll have to
Especially
ask
when
for it then.
she's got a lamb.
Oh, is there a lamb today?
There was lamb today.
Oh, definitely getting the stew. Thank you so much. You're so nice.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
Oh, unfortunately, I have to go make sure that my friends don't get into any trouble. You can look at them. They look like an unruly lot, don't they?
I really do. You gotta be careful. And be careful with that magic stuff of yours too.
Oh, did I imagine? Oh, and she's gonna play with her ears. I can't help it sometimes. I'm sorry. You're
Oh,
just so charming.
mm, you just be careful, love. Don't want
Oh,
nothing happen to you.
okay, I'll make sure that I walk back. Thank you. And I'm gonna like get up and like casually walk back to the table. I'm gonna sit down and we'll look at Mal and go, that's how you ask questions.
The conversation you come back to is very much, no, I'm sure it's not the hat. They would have come over here if it was probably bigger. Oh, yes. What do you mean that's how you ask questions? You just, what did you do?
Tell you in a minute. Let's let the people not look at us. Order some stew. I hear it's great.
It is about now that Gretchen will arrive back at your table, setting a tea in front of Yao Yi, an empty tankard in front of uh, Mal, um, a kind of dusty bottle in front of in front of you, Julian. Three tankards of ale in front of Ursula, and I'm suddenly blanking on what you
Goat's
ordered,
milk.
Christine.
Goat's milk.
Goat's milk. That's right, and a tankard of goat's milk there in front of Maeve.
Julian will lean over to Ursula. All right, so if we get in a fight, remember this time we don't kill them. And then look as questioning to Mal, as in, I did good, right?
But
I wish the face that I made could be like described accurately in the words from my mouth, but they can't. So I will just say she has a very concerned face with that, but she nods like, "That's right. That is definitely a step in the correct direction."
Ursula will have downed one tankard and slammed it on the table, and she's gonna look back at Julie and she'll be like, "That all depends, Jules. If they start it, they get what they get."
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ursula,
No!
as you down that first ale, you'll notice it's a touch on the watery side. It's not great ale.
Glad I asked for plenty.
Julian will stand up and remove his intimidating hat so people are not as intimidated. Good gentle folk of the tavern, who here has questions for the beyond? Who here seeks knowledge past the grave? For I present to you Maldar the Magnificent, the soothsayer, they who spreads the veil and finds your loved ones. Come one, come all. Free readings today only.
Oh, I look at the serving wench before she walks away. This tea it's kind of awful, but thank you for it anyway. Also, could I get a bowl of the stew I've heard so much about, and a raw chicken leg, please?
You want a raw?
Well, yes. Or a breast or a thigh, whatever you've got, really.
She'll look you up and down again. Right then.
Actually, can I have some stew also?
Oi, I can do stew.
And I'd like to pay for that gentleman's food over there. She's gonna point to the old man.
Oh, Seamus.
Yes.
You know old Seamus.
Well, he was very nice to me. I needed directions, and he was helpful.
All right, I'll tell him his tab's covered.
Thank you.
Any of you need anything else?
Do you have questions for the great Maldor the Magnificent?
She's going to lean in, put one hand on the table. Look, I don't know what y'all are about, but you can't be doing that stuff in my tavern. You're going to get me in trouble.
With whom?
Have you not been here before?
Very new in town, and Mavis gonna start tugging on Julian's arm, like, sit down.
Hold on, I'm trying to have a conversation. I don't normally go around people. I normally stay in the woods.
We are performers. We are a troupe. See, watch. And Yao Yi sort of jumps up so that his feet go from on the floor to on his chair, and then he bends backwards and puts his hands on the back of the seat, and then lifts himself up into a handstand, balancing, and then tips it over to one side, so it's on two legs instead of four, and then holds one arm out. See, performers, yes, very entertaining.
Give me a performance or acrobatics check, whichever you prefer.
Can I give him bardic inspiration? Like, I'm trying to think of how I would do that. I think she would have. Wait, hang on. Do I have prestidigitation? Hang on, I gotta make sure I got prestige. I don't have percentage. Sorry. Okay. Well, with the bardic inspiration, Jesus just goes, ooh. There you go.
What'd you roll?
What do I roll for the bardic inspiration?
Bardic inspiration is a d6. It's 1d6.
So 2. So with the bardic inspiration, that gets me to a 21. Blackjack.
All right, you do in fact pull off your stunt. Mal was very subtle about the magic that she used, so it did not catch Gretchen's eye. Right then, I'll believe that's a trick. But what about what your little friend there did? She will point at Maeve.
But
Optical illusion.
smoke and mirrors. Yes.
There ain't no mirrors in my bar.
We bring our own.
Aren't there though? Hey, no. It's hmm.
Ursula's going to hold out her arm, and she's wearing silver plate that's quite shiny. We bring our own mirrors. It's okay.
All right. Just don't be doing any of that weird magic stuff here in my bar.
What's
Well-
what's the deal with not liking the magic?
You really are new, aren't you?
Fresh off the boat, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
100% new.
There's no using magic here on the atoll. Just best be wary. And she will walk away.
The whole time that Yao Yi was having that conversation, by the way, he was still balanced on the chair. just standing there.
Yo, get down before you hurt someone.
And then he appears to fall, but just sort of collapses and rolls down and lands sitting in the chair and picks up his tea, takes a drink.
Now, she'll bite the bottle cork, uncork it with her mouth, and spit off into the floor and pour some of it into the goblet, into the tankard. Take it now. It seems that we are not somewhere that is very hospitable to my talents or your talents or your talents. Maybe your talents, Julian, but not really much of any of our talents. And so,
Yao Yi has many talents, yes.
Yaoi, I swear to all of the gods, both dead and alive, if you bring up another thing about your cloaca, I am going to scream.
Fine. But did you know that because of pregnant women, the average number of skeletons contained in a person's body is greater than 1?
Yes. And you seem obsessed with pregnant women.
I just know a lot of facts. Human women in particular are very strange to me. You have 2 separate things. We have 1. It all is the same.
So it's funnier if you can see it, but as Yao Yi is going on about this, Mal has put down the tankard and has started rubbing her temples from all of just the randomness of herding cats, so to speak. And she'll take a moment to breathe in, take a very deep swig of the tankard. Okay, and let me get myself together here. And she will shrink down to the size, regular, like human size, but like her features will change to being more masculine, or rather androgynous. Her face will go to being the bulbous nose and the short blonde bob again. Okay, now, what did you find out, my darling Maeve?
Mavis gonna look around to make sure that the people are not still staring at them.
People are absolutely staring as a result of Mal's transformation.
Mal, here? That
Yes.
works, right?
It's
Really, we need to stop the whole anything that doesn't make us look mundane. the body shifting, although I understand that it is natural for you, makes them very uncomfortable and less likely to talk to us.
Bob Dope said to be myself, and I
Well,
will.
Bob Dope isn't here.
You're right, but Bob Dope's philosophy is to be kind to people that aren't your friends because they could be, and to be yourself. Anyway, I understand what you mean, and you over there, stop staring at my lack of titties.
I'm sorry, everybody. I need a short break.
We'll be back.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm a mom, and mom, stuff comes first. Sorry about that. All right. So it is about this time in the conversation where Gretchen will return to the table, setting bowls of stew in front of each of you. Look, do me a favor. I don't want trouble. Just eat your stew, have your drinks, and be on your way, all right?
My dear, you seem to be in a panic. Please, just Julian, let this poor woman sit down, and at least, my dear, let me please at least give you a taste, merely of a message from beyond from a loved one. I'm sure you've got someone out there that's looking for you. And she's gonna genuinely try to persuade the barkeep to sit at the table.
As the barkeep is avidly opposed to magic being of any sort being used in her bar, you will have to make that persuasion a disadvantage.
Oh, I am 100% okay to do that. She will, but Maldar will whisper to themselves very quietly, "Please, spirits, come with me on this journey." That's her way. That's the way of casting guidance, very subtly. And you said with disadvantage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna get clever than that. Oh no. With disadvantage. That's there's a 12.
Look, I already told you I don't want none of that stuff in my bar.
I understand. I understand. My apologies. We mean no offense. We're just trying to help the Lord, and you wouldn't want to be standing in the way of the helping of the Lord, would you?
Are you threatening me?
Never, my dear. I don't threaten. I make promises. Isn't that right, Julian?
She's going to put the tray down on the table hard. I think you lot are done here. You can go. And she's going to storm off, nodding to one of the waitresses who's moving about as she goes, and she's going to go back into the kitchen.
Maeve is going to take a couple of gold out of Mal's purse and put it down and start dragging whoever she can reach. Come on, let's go.
Yao Yi grabs the piece of raw chicken and, like an alligator being fed, just almost unhinges his jaw and drops it down his throat.
I'm sorry for your cloaca.
Not the first time I've had a bone in there. Yes.
Maeve is going to look at Julian and just shake her head and walk out.
It was the hat.
As Maeve is trying to shove you all out the door, can I have perception checks from everybody?
Don't fuck me, Ustad. Oh.
Julian?
17.
Maeve? Sorry?
18?
Mal?
That is a 14.
Ames?
3.
Sorry. 3?
3.
And Yao Yi?
I rolled a natural 20 for a total of 24.
All right. So, Julian, Mal, and Yao Yi, as you're being herded out the door by Maeve, who is clearly too busy with all of you to take notice, you'll see that the waitress goes over and speaks to a dwarven woman with red hair. And she watches as you're leaving. And as you're being pushed out the door by Maeve, you'll see her stand up.
I had one higher than Julian, though. I didn't see it.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, you're
18.
18, not 8. Yes, you would have seen it too.
Okay.
Sorry. 18, not 8.
That's okay. So when the dwarf stands up, Maeve is going to tug on Julian so she can try to whisper to him and go, "That's the leader of the rebellion, but don't make a scene."
Ah, yes, that's who I need to speak to. Don't make a scene. He will hand Maeve his hat so as not to draw attention to himself and head towards the red-headed dwarf.
As you try to go back into the bar, the waitress is going to try to intercept you. I'm sorry, but Gretchen asked you to leave. You're going to have to leave.
I need to speak to them about the rebellion.
You gotta go now.
It'll just take a moment. I took off the hat.
If I have to get Gretchen, she's gonna call the guards.
Are you threatening me?
No, sir, I'm trying to tell you that if I have to go get Gretchen, she's gonna get mad and call the guards.
Then let me go speak to the dwarf.
You can't be in here. Gretchen asked you to leave, and it's her bar.
It'll just be a moment.
And as you're having this back and forth, the red-headed dwarf will get up, pushing past both of you, kind of tapping you with her shoulder as she passes you, and heads out the door.
Ah, yes, you're the one I need to speak to, and we'll follow.
Julian, where are you going?
I got to speak to this person.
I'll follow Julian.
So will Ursula.
You
The
there,
redhead-
pushy.
The redhead is going to push past all of you out the door. She's going to head down the street toward the houses and into kind of like a little side street.
Ah. It's obviously a trap. We know that, right?
This is such a bad idea.
Julian, nothing is a trap.
Well, just remember, if you have a masturbation addiction, you'll either beat it or you'll beat it. Yes.
You know what? A trap is better than that.
Are you
Well,
following her?
Yes.
Mavis at this point, yes.
Ursula's just like, yeah, we'll just throw him at the trap. It'll be okay.
Making your way down the street, turning down the same side street where you saw her. She will be waiting in kind of a shadowed spot. What kind of trouble are all of you looking for?
The fun kind. Down with the monarchy.
You might want to keep your voice down. Von Meyer's got spies all over this town.
Look,
You go asking
trying-
people about rebellion, you'll get them killed.
Okay. So, just to be clear, there is a rebellion.
Look, the rebels keep themselves well away from us as best they can, so that we don't catch Von Meyer's wrath. But he's pretty certain that they're the ones who killed his wife last year. You go asking people if they're rebels here in town, you'll get them strung up.
Okay, where's the daughter?
The fuck should I know where that twat is?
Because you are the leader of this conglomeration of rebels.
No, dear, I'm not.
Oh. Well, then I need to speak to the leader of the rebellion.
That's not just something you can ask for, you know.
What
I'll
if
get the hat.
What if we were to make a show of it? What if we were to entertain a group of people outside of that very rude woman's bar, and we did an entertainment free, and you introduced us very subtly to the leader, and then once we meet them, you'll be able to wash your hands of it. Sorry, excuse me, the wine is very good.
Look, I can go and speak to that person, but it takes time. It's not a right away thing.
Well, that's fine. We're here for quite some time. We're going to stay in the big house tonight, and then tomorrow we will set up a sort of thing on the lagoon, and then it can be an entertainment free show, as it were, and then you can bring that person who, by the way, kudos for not giving up the gender identity, because that is definitely something that most people do when they're trying to keep people secret. They say him or they say her, and it's very good of you. But anyway, I'm losing track of it. So we'll throw a big party parade, and then, well, a show, and yes, you understand what I'm saying.
All right, first thing you need to know is if you want this person or anyone else here to trust you, you can't stay with Von Meyer.
He's paying for it.
Is there somewhere where we could stay? Nice accommodations, perhaps, yes?
You got tents with you? There's a nice clearing just behind the tavern.
Tavern we just got kicked out of.
Where did
It's
we
just a
put those
clearing.
tents?
Gretchen doesn't own the clearing. Look, take a look around. This isn't exactly like you're staying in Port Duncan.
The people are being oppressed.
We can talk more about all that later. Too many of these walls have ears.
They have
At this-
potatoes in them.
At this point, Julian is going to pretend to sneeze, using the sneeze as the verbal component for Hunter's Mark, and mark this individual.
All right, then.
Because Hunter's Mark is verbal only.
All right. Very subtle of you. Like I said, I can go talk to them. But you can't be staying with Von Meyer if you want them to trust you. And so help me, they come after any of us, I'm going to know it was all of you.
At this point, Julian's demeanor will completely change. He will step forward and lean in to whisper, "We don't want to bring any harm to the people here. We're simply trying to find the daughter. And I'm simply trying to figure out how best to help people rise from under the fist of tyranny. The idiot is just an act."
It's good for you. Get yourself killed pulling half of that. Look, don't draw too much attention to yourselves. And don't use magic here. It gets people nervous. I'm guessing Von Meyer invited you himself if you're here looking for his kid. So he must already know you're magic users. But like I said, it makes the folks twitchy. Be as subtle as you can. Don't let people see you if possible.
Does Von Meyer the one who has a prohibition on magic for the people? Hmm?
Like I said, I can't talk about some things here.
Well, what if I were to make it so no one could hear us or outside around us? Well, actually, your idea of the tents is most wonderful. Unfortunately, I hate sleeping on the ground. So, there's no compromise. We can't just stay in the big house for one night. They already kind of hate us.
You stay in that house, there's no way that this person's gonna want to speak with you.
Mal, we could put your tent in the wagon. It'll be fine.
I just don't want to. So many times sleeping on the road, and we get to sleep in a big house now, and fine. For the people, I will not let myself or anyone else be the victim of tyranny. Fine. But you should let your person know that I am very upset over their flash judgment of someone who wants to stay in a house when their entire job is entirely on the road. It's very inconsiderate.
Look, it's not just about what bed you're sleeping in. It's who might be listening or following. Did he send any of his guards or staff with you?
Just the boy.
She'll look over Whitland.
Mhm.
Whitland's all right. We can trust Whitland.
Yes, he's apparently paid some silver, and his parents get his salary. I, for one, am not very keen to child labor, but children are the lightest hands there are, says Bob Dope.
Look, Whitland's a good boy. We'll not get him mixed up in things. And he didn't send anyone else with you.
No.
Right then. I'll see what I can do. You might want to try talking to other folks in town, but be careful.
Oh, yes, boy and girl, young elves, uh, ran away from us. Are they? Should we be on the watch for them? And Yao Yi looks around suspiciously.
I think I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Maris and Marcus, the twins.
Yes, they were rather remarkably the same looking.
Let me ask you, what question did you ask him that got him to run off?
Oh, Julian was being his usual subtle self and asked directly about her rebellion, yes.
Oh, no, those two don't want any part of anything. They just want to avoid getting hanged.
Skittish, yes.
I can't blame them for not wanting to be hanged.
Most of this town's a bit jumpy. You just go be careful what you ask and who you asking it of. Look, if I were you, I'd head over to the general store and I'd ask Miss Maggie if she's heard anything. Don't mention the rebellion and don't let them see you have magic. But she keeps tabs on everyone in town.
So we should ask about the missing daughter then.
Look, if she's been in town, most likely Maggie knows.
As a perfect cover then. I'm so very sorry. It seems that you have probably guessed all of our names here. But introductions are definitely in order when one is speaking in a side alley to a strange red-headed dwarvish woman. My name is Maldar, and that wonderful brute of an elf is Julian. His lover is Maeve, also very similar looking. This wonderful facts encyclopedia is Yao Yi, and this is our resident priest and keeper mostly of protection of my spirit and soul, Ursula.
You a priest?
That's right.
An honest good Miss Priest.
Yes, of the sisters.
Folks here ain't had a priest in a while. You might be able to butter a few of them up if you can offer some blessings or something. Nothing magic.
Of course not.
I'll go talk to the person I need to speak with. Like I said, talk with Maggie. If that girl's been in town, Maggie's likely to know.
Thank you.
Wait, we didn't get your name.
She'll hold out her right hand, and when she does, you can see that the back of her right hand is very badly scarred. It looks like burn marks. I'm Beatrice.
Quite.
As she's shaking hands with Mal, Yali he leans down and lets his tongue out, and I want to get a scent of her. I want to. It's very disconcerting because his tongue almost touches her hand as he does it, but he's just noting the scent for later.
All right, then. She's going to look at you funny as you sniff, but not ask too many questions. You are a giant lizard after all. She just assumes it's a weird lizard thing. And with that, she will look around to see if anybody's looking, slipping further down the road that you're on right now, the little side street. behind some buildings and vanishing into the shadows. What's
Well,
everyone going to do?
well, my friends, I say we have a blessathon tomorrow, and we meet this Maggie person today. But first, and again, her appearance will change. She will no longer be wrinkly. She'll just look like a 20-something, like pale white skin human, with just brown hair, indescript features. I think this is going to be a little bit easier for things to be going in from here on out.
And I think maybe we shouldn't all walk out in a mob.
Yeah.
You're a lot less recognizable like this. I'm gonna go check on the boy and get tents brought to us since we left them at the manor. And so
And
Maeve's gonna wander up the boy.
sorry. And I suppose it's time to get out the vestments.
Great. Is there anybody else who needs to do something or wants to do something before we send you off into town?
Julian will cast Disguise Self, looking like a very nondescript human with long brown hair, just plain town folk style clothes, just run of the mill, salt of the earth type person.
All right. So Maeve will head over to the trough, letting the boy know that they need their belongings, including their tents and things. He'll hitch the horse back up and head back toward the house to fetch those things for you. And are we heading to the general store? Anyone doing anything else?
Do you think it wise for most of us to go to the store, or should we do a little bit of split up?
I could track her. I marked her before she left.
Yeah. Oh, look! I look around, realizing that that Maeve isn't with us. Proud of you, Julian. Subtle, learning. We could track.
Maeve's gonna stay at the trial because Mal's changed their whole appearance. She didn't see Julia, but she saw Mal change their whole appearance. The last thing she wants is the associated group to be with this new person.
All right then, I'll take Ursula. We'll go check out the store, and the two of you can maybe possibly find that person that we're needing to speak to, right?
Works for me.
Julian, shall we? Do you want to invite the girl, or shall we just?
Let's just.
Fair. Yes. And I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on me and Julian.
All right.
I get advantage on tracking prey that's been hit with Hunter Mark.
Okay.
So would you like that to be an investigation, perception? What would you like?
If you're tracking, it'd be survival.
All right. Oh, that is beautiful. That is a 23. I rolled a natural 20.
Awesome. All right, so you're going to attempt to follow where she's going based on your mark, correct?
Yes.
She is basically winding up and down these side streets and alleys, avoiding the main thoroughfare, making her way out to a spot at the edge of the atoll, on the main large island here, and the edge is kind of steeper here than it is in other spots, and it's hard to see until you're right up to the edge, but there's a little boat dock. and she has gotten in a little rowboat and is actually rowing out into open ocean. Now remember, this is an atoll, so there is a large main island, and there are many smaller islands that basically form a circle all together.
Rebellion on other island. Yes, smart. Smart.
Well, there's no way to stealth across water, so let's make our way back to the girl, as you like to say.
You will know which direction. Yes. Could be handy later. Note when stops. Yes.
Hmm. It doesn't say. That's what I thought, is that you used to be able to feel wherever they were, but it doesn't say that anymore.
Well, if you can track them, right? That's
Well, you get advantage on trying to find them.
so you get. I don't know, Ren. I don't know how you'd want to work that. An advantage on a tracking check to know which direction they're in at any moment.
Well, no, it says advantage on tracking them, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be what he was just doing. But she has, like I said, she's gotten in the boat, she's rowed off.
I will mark the direction that they are going that we can see.
All right. So as she has rowed away from the shore, she has gone to her left, which goes toward the smaller islands. But she's not in the lagoon. She's on the ocean side of things.
All right. Well, we have some ideas. Let's get back to Maeve so we can help get the camp set up. I'm getting hungry. I should have ate that stew.
Yes. Got us kicked out before I got my stew. At least I had chicken.
All right, and with that, Ursula and Mal, you will find yourselves arriving in front of a simple building that has a hand-painted sign over the door that just says General Store.
Looks about the place.
Looks like it. Are you taking lead or do you want me?
It's up to you. You can take it if you want. I'm kind of trying to figure out how I can downplay the idea of giving my gift to everyone, as it were. I'm not used to people not wanting magic, to be honest and privy with you. This isn't
It is
my
kind
normal
of
thing.
odd. It is kind of
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
Even a priest, I'm looking at it that it's strange. How am I supposed to give you a blessing without using magic?
Well, I've heard of a couple sideshow charlatans that are they're not so much priests, but they're just like giving out a piece of paper that says one free ticket and taking about 50 gold for it. So perhaps
Yeah.
that, or maybe they don't look as the divine as magic, which is again a little weird because
Yeah.
I mean, speaking through being a channel of the spirits, that's pretty much all I'm doing. Just sort of a gray middle line between the two of them, if you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's head on inside. He'll push through the door.
Ursula
All
will
right.
follow.
Okay. All right. Entering, you can see that this is. Did you ever read Richard Scarry books and see how the market was basically like crates set on shelves and full of with produce and things, and there's very simple shelves that have products sitting on them. That's kind of like what this looks like. There's barrels in the corner where you could get, where you can fill your bag of sugar or flour. It's very simple, very basic, but it's the things that people need to meet their daily needs. Standing behind the counter is a tabaxi male who is all black except on his cheeks and the tips of his ears where he has white. Across the way from him, stocking some of the shelves, is a female tabaxi who is soft gray with subtle stripes and coming in and out of what looks like a small back room, hauling things for the female tabaxi is a younger male tabaxi who is all white with gray ears.
Greetings and well met.
The female tabaxi will look up first. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to see you. New faces? I don't get to see those very much.
It's a good thing that you like seeing new faces, as this we so happen to be some. This is my friend Sela, and I'm name is Dar, and we're just trying to get some supplies. We were thinking of we heard that there's a need for some religion around here, and my friend here Sela is a bit of a priest, and so tomorrow we're actually going to have a bit of a blessathon, if you will. Um, if people need a little bit of a blessing, things have been hard for them. Sela's gonna, do the divine and all of that. But also, I'm just curious. Um, who other than our new faces, have you seen any new faces around here?
Oh, I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen a new face who wasn't someone who was here with Lord von Meyer. No, I can't think of any. Is there someone specific you're looking for?
Well, actually, you said no one except for Lord von Meyer. Have you seen perhaps the Lord and his daughter have been around recently, or?
Oh, yeah, he's not maybe a month ago he brought Raylin in here. He brings her to town every now and then, makes sure she knows the family business, knows the workers.
That's fair. That's fair. The good question is then, it's been about a month. Then, that would be probably what, right before, or right after the missus is gone.
Oh, his missus.
Yes.
Oh, she died a year ago, the poor thing. So from what I hear, everyone was pretty sure it was an accident. Had been out on the beach, and I don't know exactly what happened. I just heard that they found her on the beach the next morning. But von Meyer has it in his head that these rebels he keeps coming up with are the ones who did it.
You say rebels like it's not something that's actually happening.
Oh, now why would anybody want to do such a thing?
Not being around here, I don't really know. Couldn't say. Possibly rebels have a purpose most of the time. That's probably like I don't know, oppression, being victimized, not feeling like they're being compensated. Again, oppression, physical and emotional, mental work abuse. Um, Sometimes people just get bored.
Oh my. She'll kind of look out, kind of like almost sideways to her husband. No, I can't think of anybody talking about anything such things around here. I I just can't even imagine it's really a thing.
That's very, very strange of you. Very strange. Something like that seems like it would be needing like whoever would want to try and say something truthful in such a zone would be so uh, very, very subtly. Mao is gesturing with his hands and saying these magic words to cast zone of truth around him and her.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
What's the save against that?
Um, it is a charisma saving throw, DC 13. She can also just choose to fail it.
She rolled a natural 20.
Fuck ass.
She clearly looks a bit nervous talking about such a subject. And as she's kind of contemplating what you're doing with your hands, oh, pickles! Do you like pickles? I've got a wonderful barrel of fresh pickles. We just made them.
Ursula's going to lean in kind of close to her, and she's just going to say really softly, "Is it because we're in a field of ears that you can't tell us the truth?"
Let's just say it's a lot like being in a field of corn.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Is there
Well,
somewhere
then.
safer?
She's going to kind of speak slightly louder, uh, but not shouting at you. Oh, you said you're a priest, right? Would you mind blessing my oven? I, my baked goods are part of our bread and butter. It would just mean the world to me if you'd come in back with me and bless my oven for me.
Of course, my lady, the sisters would enjoy blessing an oven.
She'll look at the boy. Caden, my love, stay out here and help your father. Well, the nice priest here blesses the oven for me.
I'll stay out here too. Just I don't. You don't need an extra just person that's kind of hanging around. So just kind of hang out here then.
Oh, totally understandable. Thank you. My kitchen is quite small, after all. Well, you come with me, please, good priest.
Righto? And she's follow behind you.
She will take you through the back stockroom and into another small part of the building where it is, in fact, just one room. There is a stove with oven built onto it. There in the corner, there are a couple of beds. There's a simple table and chairs. And she will lead you back toward the corner where the stove is. Look, I'm not saying that I know anything about the rebels, because I can't say that I know anything about the rebels. However, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say that there's definitely people that are unhappy.
Do you know why they're unhappy?
Look, most of the people here, we were born here on this island. Our families worked it before we did. It's sort of a generational thing. Very few ever get enough together to leave. And some of the other overseers that we've seen through the decades, they've been kind to us, very gentle. But Von Meyer and his lot, he's just rules with an iron fist, he does. Oh,
Mm.
I just realized I'm doing the wrong voice. But no, he rules with a bit of an iron fist, and it's just so hard to say for sure what's going to happen next.
I can understand that. Do you know or have you heard anything about Raylan?
I've not heard anything about Raylan, unfortunately. She's a good girl, though. I can tell you that much. Always doing everything her father says.
But none of the people who are discontent. No, you haven't heard anything where somebody has targeted the daughter.
I couldn't think of a soul on this island that'd go after the girl.
Hmm. Can you point us in the direction of anybody else that may have more information?
She's a little bit out there sometimes, but you might try the herbalist, just 2 shops over. Her name's Tessa.
Okay. I appreciate your kindness, and I appreciate you telling me. So, I'll bless your oven. I'll bless the kitchen. That way it covers you as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ursula will go through and she gets out like a little vial of oil and she's saying her prayers to the sister moons and she does the oven and she'll go over and do the cabinets. Where do you keep your grain, love?
Over here in the store box.
And
And
then
she'll
she'll
point to a little storage container.
she'll go over there and she'll bless that. There you go. Everything should come out just as pretty and perfect as can be.
Thank you so much. And while that is happening, Yao Yi, Maeve, and Julian, what are the 3 of you doing?
I assume we came back from the boat or from the dock area.
Yeah, you would see Maeve just sitting on the end of the trowel waiting for the boy to get back or for you guys to come back.
I Yes, I will go and scout clearing. Yes, lay out markers. Um, and uh, so I'll go and leave the two of them, and I'll head out behind the tavern to the clearing. And I assume that at this, we've been at this long enough that I know my business about where the tents, how big they are, how they go up, what the configuration is. So I'm just like with daggers and things, just like marking the ground and uh, laying out where everything's going to go, so that once the tents arrive, we can just get it up.
So what she described behind the general store was, of course, a clearing. And this is technically a clearing. There are some sparse trees here. It's not thick and lush like the trees that were behind the Von Meyer house. But this is an open area amongst those sparsely placed trees, and there's enough space to set up your tents and make a campfire.
Yeah. Personal tents have to go in between the trees. Yes, big tent there. Yes, fire pit.
Draws big circle on the ground with a dagger.
Here.
Yes, and starts like gathers just some like random twigs and stuff, and makes a little pile in the center of the fire pit, so it has the appearance that there should be a fire there, but it's not nearly enough wood to actually make a good fire. Just for appearance sake, and like, he's just making markings so that like when people come in, those who have seen the camp set up recognize what the markings are and what goes where, based on what he figures out while he's wandering around the clearing. And he's just walking around talking to himself the whole time.
Maeve and Julian, since you're both over by the trough still, you'll hear young man's voice, calling out, "Shoe shine! Shoe shine!"
Over here, boy.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he'll
Me
come
and the
over.
lady need our boots shined.
He'll come over, take the case off on the strap off his neck and set it down and open his kit and start getting his things ready. Start working on your boots.
Oh, you do this a lot then, do you, lad?
The young halfling male will look up at you. Yeah, shoe shines. Me dad's the cobbler. He does all the fixing. I just shine the shoes.
Very worthy profession.
Well, especially around here, it's hard to get shoes from the mainland. Takes too long for them to ship.
So you walk around town a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm up and down the streets all day long.
You must see everything that goes on then.
Well, I don't see everything.
Have you seen the Lord's daughter lately?
Oh, about a month ago when they were in town, absolutely.
I heard that she's a very fetching lass.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. She's sweet though. Always tips me good if I shine the shoes for her.
He will hand 10 gold coins to the boy.
His eyes will become large.
If you happen to see her again, find me. And this transaction never happened.
So I get the gold, and all I have to do is tell you if I see Raylan?
That's it. And keep this between us.
He'll take the coins and put them into his pouch and then stuff his pouch into his pants. Still attached to his belt. What conversation, sir? Never talk to you.
Right. Good lad.
Did you still want me to finish shining your shoes?
Oh, definitely.
Sorry, I broke Patrick. And he'll kneel back down, go back to buffing your shoes without another word. And about now, the cart will be heard coming up the road. It's been about 2 hours.
We are goods then, love.
Yeah. Maeve's going to direct Waylon. Is that what you said the boy's name was?
No, Raylan is the missing daughter.
I thought the
Whitman.
boy's name's
The
Whitland.
boys.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna direct him over to where he is, so we can get the tents closer.
The boy has brought the girl with him to help with loading and unloading. They will try to make quick work of it. Once the tents are unloaded and all your equipment. Excuse me, sir. Did you want me to stay? Or should I take the horse back for the night?
Can take the horse back for tonight. There's no need for you to be here.
Okay. What time should I be back tomorrow?
Come back at daybreak tomorrow.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you think we need him tomorrow?
No, don't need boy. Yes, no. We're gonna be here a couple of days. Is there someone we can use to send word to boy? Yes?
Well, if you pay someone in town, they'll probably run a message.
Yes, good. Should be fine, right? He looks at Julian. Right?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, then. Good night.
Good night.
Hi, thank you.
The girl smile and wave at everybody, and the two will get back into the cart and head home.
Yao Yi rounds and turns at Julian. Redhead dwarf say not involved, boy. Keep him out of it. Better he away.
Good
Also,
point.
We don't want anyone from the manor with us. She said it was better to distance ourselves.
Yes. Subtle, Julian. Yes, like with fingers. Remember? I'm sure you would appreciate more subtlety out of this one. Yes.
I'm so used to dealing with animals. Animals, you are direct. You ask them direct questions, they give you direct answers.
Oh, talking with it. Okay. It was
Yes.
him and
I had same thought. Up to elbow he was. Yes.
There's something seriously disturbed with both of you. That's why I like you so much. And he'll be in again pitching tents.
Can we be coming back as they're finishing this conversation?
Absolutely.
Perfect. The same form, but back to the Catherine Hepburn voice because the player just loves that voice better. Julian, what is all you?
he's pinching tents, obviously.
Yes. Often he does. Yes.
You say pitching
uh,
tents or pitching tents?
Same difference.
I've heard both ways. Yes. Look, I have marked out camp. Yes. Everything in its place. Yes. Really easy to set up. Yes. Many hands, light work. Oh, yes.
And Mal will get to work helping set up the tent, as is our custom for our group.
As we are setting up the tents, Julian will lean in to Mal to whisper and tell Mal what they found about following the redhead to the boat dock and how they were traveling towards the other islands.
Mal will just nod. Tonight, my dear boy, around our supper, we will discuss more. We, I believe, have discovered a little bit as well. But thank you. You're always my favorite. You know that. Pat Julian's hand. It's for some reason Mal has become just this old, crotchety Catherine Hepburn woman. But
so I have a plan. He will move over to Maeve and begin humming and dancing with Maeve and speak to them in hushed tones in Elven. I think after the camp is up, you might want to take a flight.
Sounds like a plan. You'll tell me where to go?
Oh, don't I always?
Well, then we better get camp set up.
Can I try hearing this? Because I speak Elvish.
Sure. But they are whispering close together. And I'm guessing not right up against the group, since he's dancing her around.
It's a perception.
Yep.
That is a 22.
You can just make out what he has said.
Mal just nod their head with the thoughts of being, yes, that is my Julian, always being one step ahead and planning.
Did y'all want to hear what the shopkeep had to say?
Yes.
Dinner, Ursula, dinner.
I can cook and talk at the same time. Don't you worry.
But wait, I have an idea, my friends. And Mal just kind of like they could sense like that we all want to talk about what's going on, and Mal keep the air of like, let us wait until we have dinner because I have an idea to make it so we don't heard.
All right.
Do we have food with us, or do I need to go kill something?
I don't have fresh meat.
Yeah, no fresh meat, but we can make a stew. Just won't have anything fresh in it unless you want to go hunt.
I just have my rations, Julian. Since we're not sleeping in the big house, I don't get to have a big dinner.
Were you guys just in a general store? They didn't have anything?
No one told us to buy anything.
Wait.
Fine. Yao Yi go by. You, um, um, uh, Julian, you go hunt. We'll see what we come up with. Yes, make, what does hunch stew?
Hmm?
Is it? No, that's not right. What is it? That, not the hunch punch. No, it is stone stew. Throw everything in it. Yes.
Right. Julian will go hunting.
And Yao Yi will wander to the general store.
All right. Yao Yi walking in, you will see those same tabaxi that I described before. This time the male looking up. Help you?
Yeah, yes. I was hoping fresh meat. You stock meat? Yes.
Oh, what I can get in. I think freshest thing I've got is the fish that Xavier and Abigail brought in this morning.
Xavier
Good
and
bit of it.
Abigail. Have I heard are those the twins?
No, different
I'm
names.
not writing names. Okay. Good fishers, them. Yes. Time on water.
This lagoon here, it's deep and it's calm. The fish get nice and big.
Oh, yes. How many you have?
He will reach down into the barrel and start pulling out some good-sized fish. He'll lay out 5. Do you need more than that? I got a little more.
Now, Yao Yi looks around, just make sure no one else is watching. 6. We'll take one more. Yes.
Oh, okay. He'll reach down, take out one more fish. Also set it out for you. You need anything else, or should I go ahead and wrap these?
Onions. Yes, onions. And do you have any spices? Yes, spices.
I have some spices. Call Caden. He'll call the young white tabaxi with gray ears over. You help this man find the spices he needs and the produce, and I'll get these fish wrapped up.
Only wrap 5. Leave one out. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
thank you. Yes. And I go with the boy and I pick out some spices and some produce and oh, I had thought of something else. It's not coming to me, so I guess it's not important. Yeah.
All right, so I will note that the spice selection is a little limited. It's mostly like salt and pepper, and there are fresh bulbs of garlic.
Ooh, yes.
But spices are a little limited, a little basic, but you're able to get some stuff to make a tasty stew.
Yes, yes. This will do. This will do. Yes. You are very kind merchants. Yes, yes. How much does Yao Yi owe?
You kind of watch him doing some math and scribbling in his ledger. Well, I think that's going to be 12 silver.
Oh, 12 silver. Yes. Okay. Here. And he takes out 3 gold and lays them on the counter. Yes. Well, tomorrow, big entertainment show in the clearing. Yes, you know where is? Yes. Entertaining we will be. You should come. Tell others. Spread word. Yes.
Oh, all right. You paid me too much.
No. For goodwill, tell others where we are. Come see show. Yes.
You sure?
Positive. Yes.
Okay.
And
He'll
then
take the gold and put it in the box.
Yao Yi picks up the one fish that's out. Oh, good fish. Yes. Yes, very nice. Yes. Which side of island has best fishing? Yes.
Oh, lagoon for sure.
And is that's not the ocean side? That's the other side of the island, I assume.
It's not. So the atoll is one large crescent-shaped island with several smaller islands that form a ring, and the lagoon is that center of the ring,
the center bit,
where the water is deep and calm.
But the way we saw the boat was heading out towards ocean, not towards the lagoon.
Correct.
Okay. Yes, very good. Thank you. Most appreciated. And I gather up all of the things. Don't forget, show tomorrow. Yes. Oh, wait. Yes. Since I paid extra, tea. Do you have tea?
Well, I've got some basic bundles of tea. It's not too fancy. Well, I've got some basics.
I take some. Yes. Here, I lay down another 5 silver for tea. Yes. Whatever that gets me.
Well, it's a lot of tea. You sure?
Yes.
He'll take a small tin from under the counter, go over to another barrel where he's got basically pre-formed bundles for tea, and he'll just fill the tin.
Ooh.
Hand it over to you. My wife grows the tea leaf herself.
Yes. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank her for me. Good tea, so hard to come by. Do you have any honey?
Oh, no, honey's not in season. It's hard to get right now.
So I've been told. Yes. Thank you kindly. Thank you. And then I head back to the clearing.
All right.
Mal's at this point pretty much done setting the table and getting everybody spots ready to sit down.
Julian's hunting.
Roll a survival check for me.
Caught. That is a 17.
You can probably get a couple of rabbits.
Tony, good. Yes.
So as everyone arrives back at camp, Yao Yi and Julian making a lovely stew. Clearly somebody's been attracted, or somebody's attention has been attracted by the smell of the stew cooking, and you will find a quite lovely orange to tan tabaxi in a slightly skimpy dress, wandering over to your camp. Now, if I didn't know better, it looks like you may have room for one more.
I don't think so, young Missy. I have to say that it's very rude to come into a camp without being invited, no matter how skimpy you are. So why don't you take your flippin' floopy floppy earballs and get out of here? And is another vicious mockery.
Ow! Oh.
16?
That will beat the 13 DC.
All right. She'll shrug her shoulders and flick her tail. All right then. I just heard that maybe you were looking in you were in the market for some gossip. Thought maybe you'd trade a bowl for some information.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
dearie, we always have extra food. And Maeve's gonna reach out and flip back.
Not. I look over at Julian. Rubbing off on that one, you are. Yes. Not subtle now. Not subtle.
Sometimes. It depends on the mood.
You have to excuse the old biddy. She sometimes is a little bit overprotective.
Now, you know you told us to be nice to strangers, Mal. That's not how you're hospitable.
She just grumbles to herself.
Remember what Bob Dope said?
You're right, Bob Dope. She takes her bowl and mess kit and like scoops her some stew and sits at the head of the table and quietly grumbling eats her stew as you invite this tabaxi over.
Yes. Come. Eat. Yes, plenty.
Well, thank you. She's gonna accept the bowl and go have a seat, wait for everyone else to join her at the table. Have a few bites first. It's been so long since I had a good hot meal. Now, from what I understand, you all made a bit of scene early over at Gretchen's.
Sometimes.
Maeve's gonna look at Julian and Yao Yi like she did nothing.
Yes. Scene. Yes, we are entertainers. We often cause commotions. It's part of the job. Yes.
From what I heard from the other girls, you put on quite a special show. And then Gretchen got mad about the magic.
It's just a wee
Or does.
parlor trick.
So, is the gossip you coming to share stuff that we already know? Or do you have other information?
Well, hearing what happened earlier, I was thinking you might want to understand more about why there's no magic.
Yes. Curious. I was curious. Yes.
Well, you see, she kind of look around, make sure there's really nobody nearby. Von Meyer is terrified. He is convinced that someone is going to overthrow him. And let's be honest, all he really cares about is his position and money. So anytime anyone turns up having magic of any sort or a magic item, he takes care of it. I heard that he disappears people who have magic ability. Like, just in the past month, I can think of 4 who've gone missing.
Who went missing? Yes, tell.
Oh, there's old Mardon. Now, I heard word Mardon was actually born with magic, but he hid it most of his life. But there was some little scuffle with the guards, and he tried to get away and fired some off from what I heard. Haven't seen him since. And of course, then there's Phalar. Phalar, from what I heard, had a book that someone nicked for him. Been trying to teach himself something. And then one day, gone. Disappeared in the middle of the night. Amara, same thing. Seemed to develop some ability out of nowhere. Been using it to heal people, from what I heard. Trading for food, money, whatever people could afford. And then poof, gone.
In the
But
middle
let
of the
me.
night?
Same thing. Now, the one that I understand is absolutely heartbreaking is poor little Perla. Perla's a little half elf girl. Mom and dad work in the fields. I heard the god caught Perla using magic to make plants grow. She's just a kid, maybe 10. Not sure if it's been her birthday yet.
This lord, he sounds stupider by minute. Yes, not, not good lord. Beneficial magic is yes. Doesn't doesn't see usefulness. All fear.
Fear will make people do powerful things. Powerful things.
I believe it. And you know, with him taking Amara, the only one in town with any type of healing knowledge is that wackadoodle who runs the herbal shop. Tessa's a good kid, but she's not all there, if you know what I mean.
Yes, the general shopkeeper's wife told me about her. What do you know about his daughter?
I know he doesn't let her out of his sight much. She's a good kid from what I hear. He keeps her away from my type.
You heard that she's missing, I'm assuming.
Can you say that again?
This is the first time that Maldar will speak up. Then you've heard that she's missing, then?
Oh, sweetheart, the whole island has heard that she's missing.
Makes one wonder. Yes. What would happen if the lord makes those with magic disappear? If his daughter suddenly sprouted gifts? Yes.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Wild geese. They flock here. I think.
Here's a question. Did you see any of the places where these people disappeared from? Did it look like somebody just left? Or did it look a little more ransacked?
I don't go poking around folks' houses. People come to me, and you know, you treat them nice, and they tell you stuff.
Understood.
I suppose we've treated you nicely, then.
Fed me. It's nice to have a full belly.
Oh, then, child, let me give you a piece of advice from my friend Bob Dope. Loose lips sink all ships, especially relationships.
Are you calling me a snitch?
No, dearie, I'm calling you a talker.
What I thought you were going to say.
Yes. Yao Yi thought something totally different. Yes.
Julian will put 3 gold on the table and slide it in front of the stranger. This conversation never happened.
She'll look at the coins, pick them up, kind of stuff them into her cleavage. What conversation?
Exactly.
Here, wait. Do you have mug? Yes.
I've got a flask.
Not.
She'll reach down and pull out a small, dented flask.
No good. Can't put tea in that. I was going to offer you a cup. Yes. Very good tea. But sorry. I only have the one. Yes.
That's all right. And she'll look over at Mal. You just remember, I don't talk to everybody. People talk to me. And I heard that you needed information. And, well, you had something I needed.
Yes.
Food
Yes.
is cheap. And so is talk. If you don't talk to if people you don't talk to anybody, seems it is incorrect. You've come and talked to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to speak with my friends here and about our very busy day. I hope you enjoyed the stew, and I hope your evening is warmer than mine.
Yes. Yes. Come. And I'll start escorting her out of camp. And as we're walking, I'm like, yes, come tomorrow. Yes, big show, entertaining. We will be. You should watch. Also, we'll feed you after. Don't worry, lots of food. Keep us in mind if you hear anything. What's his word? Yes, juicy. Yes.
So as you're helping her up from the table, she's going to look at Mal. Look, if you want no more, and I'm sure you do, I would recommend you find Zandra and Sophia. Also, if your night gets too cold, I'm not expensive. And then she'll leave with Yao Yi.
Julian will look over at Maeve and hold up 3 fingers questioningly.
You gave her the 3 fingers. I mean, gold.
Oh,
Oh, I remember the third finger. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
can we please all just sit a little bit closer to me and we can begin this discussion?
Yes. Yes.
Moving closer.
You know what they
Okay.
say: two in the cloaca, third in the cloaca. Yes.
I feel like we hear more and more about your cloaca than we do anything else.
I mean, is there anything else that he has?
Yes, I have other things.
And on that note, we're going to take our last break.
We'll be back. And we're clear.
And welcome back. So, our party has arrived at Luna Atoll, spoken with the overseer of the islands, Lord von Meyer, finding out that he believes his daughter was taken by rebels. And they have traveled out into the town to try to figure out what's been going on, learning along the way that magic is actually forbidden here. People, residents of the island, are not allowed to have magical items or use magic. You're also not supposed to speak of rebellion. And they've alienated a few people trying. And now they find themselves sitting around their campsite, having just shared a meal with an unusual tabaxi figure.
And with us being so close together, good DM, I have a question for you.
All right.
So, a sphere can be hollow and it can be not hollow. Uh, if we can agree on this, I would like to cast a hollowed sphere around the group of us, and that sphere spell is silence.
Can you read exactly how it's worded to me?
For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely in the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there. So my idea is that it's a sphere. A sphere could be hollow, so the sphere itself is still a sphere, but the walls of the inside of the sphere are thinner so that we can sit inside the sphere, kind of like the cone of silence from Get Smart, if that's essentially the effect I'm trying to do with this little thing. It's okay if not, I am willing to do like an Arcana check to try and make it work. But this what I want to do.
I understand what you want to do, but the spell does specify that anything or anyone within.
See, and that's within the spell sphere. That's why I'm asking if it can be a
Right.
hollow sphere, because the edges are the sphere itself. The edges would be considered in the sphere, and the sphere itself is not the inside of it.
I have to go with the wording of the spell on this one. It does say within the sphere. So you would be inside the sphere, even if you've hollowed it, you're inside of the sphere.
Yes, I understand. Yes. Okay. Well, then she'll just in a hushed whisper, relay that the last time that the daughter was seen here was with the Lord himself about a month ago. A year ago, it was seen to be said that I'm assuming Ursula, you've told us all. You and I have discussed what you said with the
Yeah.
And it seems that the wife was killed a year ago and was just found on the beach. You said that you found possibly where our young red dwarven friend is headed.
Wait, yeah, I have, yes. And I'm going to cantrip cast Minor Illusion. It creates a 5 foot by 5 foot cube of illusion. I can create a sound as part of it that is the volume and range from a whisper to a scream. So I just want to create an illusion of a small flock of chickens and a rooster who are going to be quite noisy while we're talking.
Okay.
Julian will lean in. So myself and Yao, we were able to track them through the alleyways to a boat dock. They took a small rowboat out into the ocean, headed towards the smaller islands. I thought our druid friend here, if they can do flight creatures or swimmy creatures, could go take a look. But then I'm remembering I don't know if they can do flight creatures.
No, but I do have beast sense. So if you could talk to a beast and make it willing, I could see through its eyes and hear through its ears.
Yes, yes. I learned the lagoon between the islands. Deep, deep. Good fishing, apparently. Lots of fishermen here. Yes. Um, Probably how the rebels are feeding themselves. Yes, on the smaller island, sustaining themselves with the fishing from the lagoon. The lagoon being in the center is a different direction than the boat set off with the redhead, but probable that she will loop back at some point to one of the smaller islands. Mm, Probably where the rebels are. Probably fishing, yes. Mm.
We have put out word for tomorrow. We are going to have a blessathon. Our wonderful Ursula is going to be our basically face. Maeve, if you wish to work more closely with Ursula tomorrow to make sure that you take note of who interacts and asks for blessings, I will attempt to be um, sight unseen, possibly a starter for the blessings if the crowd needs it, as it were. Um, and I, Julian, do you want to be more of the eyes in the crowd? The same for you, Yao Yi.
Yes, yes, Eisenkraut can do, can do.
I will
And
go ahead.
oh no, no, please, please.
I will keep an eye on things. I will disguise myself to blend in, see if we can find anything interesting.
Yes, yes. Yao Yi has idea. Um, Thinking, as we said earlier, perhaps the um, uh, this all elaborate ruse. If Lord is taking people who exhibit magic and has asked us to find the his daughter, but he took his daughter, then entrapped we might become. Yes. Careful, careful. We will need to be, and to that end, I think key to daughter's disappearance, probably death of mother. Yes. So, can one of you speak to the dead? I mean, Mal, I know that's kind of your whole shtick, but is like actual conversations with like a dead body different? Yes.
I I have never tried to speak to the dead body before, but I'm not sure how I would do that unless the is that you, spirit of DM? Perhaps there's some change in my magic soon.
If she's been dead a year, wouldn't we need a necromancer?
Ah, uh, perhaps, perhaps not. Not sure. Um, pri- Priests sometimes speak to dead. Yao Yi has heard. Yes. Perhaps, perhaps, um, priest. But they said priest disappeared. But we have priest. So Yao Yi think maybe.
Sadly, I'm not that kind of priest. At least not yet.
Yes, we would have to. Also, it would require digging up bodies under cover of darkness. Distasteful, but, but could be fun. Who knows?
I
We
think
could
this trail is going to lead us back to the Lord of the manor.
perhaps we can do a seance with the Lord.
Oh, yes, good, good, yes. Um, if we can't talk to dead body, next logical step is search manor house, find what's happening to people who disappear. Yes, some of them may have been absconded with by rebels. Yes, and could be on island with rebels, but others, perhaps taken by guards. In the manor somewhere, evidence, yes. So, perhaps once we make contact with the rebels, then we could get back in with the Lord and go back and sleep in the manor house for a night. Seance, good cover, yes. And while seance going on, some of us sneak about and look for things, clues, evidence, yes.
As long as we don't get tortured for information about the rebels. I mean, if he doesn't like magic and he hired us and we're mostly magic, are we sure this isn't an elaborate ruse just to flush out the rebels and then he's just going to get rid of us?
Very well could be. It could be that he disappeared the daughter as well and is using us as an elaborate ruse to cover his tracks.
Right, get rid of
Blame
the
us.
rebels, get rid of us, blame the rebels for getting rid of us.
Blame us for daughter, he might too, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever this is, it's becoming more complicated the longer we stay here. Oh, things used to be so simple.
In the morning, we'll go to the beach. I'll see if I can convince a seagull to let you borrow its eyes.
Yes, sounds good. Yes. And
It
then
will
we
be-
will
A
work
nice walk
crowd.
around the beach sounds nice.
It will be about this time you hear somebody kind of coming around the building, and you'll hear a voice call out, "Hey, anybody, anyone want some tea?"
Tea, yes. What kind of tea you have?
Oh, I've got some absolutely rockin' herbal teas.
Insight check.
Okay.
Yes, I would also like part of that insight action.
Also, what you see as she steps into the light is a half orc, female, little tuft of black brown hair on top, wearing very simple clothing.
Are they blue skinned? Do they
No,
have
actually,
double tusks?
no, actually, she's lightly gray.
I got a 17.
17,
Well, from me.
12. And did anybody else?
Okay,
Nope.
not bad.
What are you exactly insight checking, Julian?
The person, their demeanor, their intention, are they trying to be, well, what the word am I looking for? Deceptive. Or are they trying to hide something?
No, they seem pretty relaxed. What was it you were looking for, Patrick?
Mal is trying to figure out if they're actually selling tea or if this is a little bird that is come to listen to our conversation.
Oh yeah, she's got a pot of tea with her.
Hmm.
Yeah, he quickly finishes what's in his mug and goes over. Yes, tea. Would like, yes.
Okay, she'll walk
Smell
over.
the tea to see if it smells like tea should.
She's gonna hold it out to you, and it very much smells like a sweet, maybe chamomile based with a couple of other flowers in there, maybe honeysuckle.
Okay. It smells like it's actual herbs. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it smells like an actual herbal tea. There you go.
Do I owe you? Yes.
Oh no, I heard there was new folks in town, and I like new people. It's always nice to not see the same folks over and over. You know what I mean?
I taste the tea.
You're muted, Tier.
I have one spell slot left before he tastes it. I cast Detect Poison and Disease.
All right, yeah, it's just herbal tea. There's nothing there.
Who are you, you snapper with the tea?
She'll reach into her pouch and pull out a little teacup and fill it and sip at it herself. Oh, and Tessa.
You're the herbalist.
Yeah, you've heard of me?
Only in
Sweet.
passing,
yes.
dear.
Please, I believe we still have some stew. Would you like a bowl? Yes.
Oh, yeah, that'd rock.
Yes. I scurry over and get a bowl, and bring it back. Yeah. Yes. Try. It's very good.
She'll take a little nibble. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Thank you.
Yes.
You're an herbalist. Do you
Yeah.
grow your own herbs?
Yeah. I've got like a little spot behind the shop. Everything grows so nice because it's got nice sun. It's great.
Can I buy some off of you? My kit's a little low.
Oh, absolutely. I've got some here in my pouch, but if you want to come by the store tomorrow, I can stock you up on lots of stuff.
Oh yes, I would love to see your supply. I'm sure you have stuff locally that I haven't been able to get in a while.
Yeah, it's so nice here. Everything grows so fantastically, especially the root. We don't
So
get. Yeah.
I have a question for you, Tessa.
All right.
Have you seen the Lord's daughter recently?
Oh, yeah, like a month ago. He brings her into town every now and then, something about wanting to make sure she knows who everybody is and where things are.
Did she seem happy?
Who, me? Or,
Her.
oh, I guess so. I mean, as happy as a teenager can look with dad following them anywhere, right?
Yes, be honest with me now. Would you happen to know if she had a something here in town? I mean, even if she's only been out with her father, there's possibly someone she could have made stared at a little longer or said more than 2 words to.
Not that I can think of. I mean, she chats with me sometimes, but it's only because she likes the plants.
She usually talk about with you and the plants.
Oh, we talk about different herbs, what's good for tea, what's good for medicine. Believe it or not, a lot of those are the same.
Yes. Very true.
Medicine and tea. Interesting. Has she displayed any interest in any sort of medicine recently when she was speaking to you within last month?
Nothing specific I can think of. We talked
Nothing.
a little bit about like what teas are good for bedtime and what teas are good for when you want to wake up.
Does she ask about sleeping tea?
Yeah, we're just talking about, like I said, what's good for bedtime and what's good for waking up.
What did you tell her was good for bedtime?
Oh, the good sweet herbals, nice and relaxing, like chamomile and catnip. Oh my gosh, especially catnip.
Are these potent enough to keep someone asleep?
Oh no, it just helps you relax.
The waking up. Did she buy any tea from you the last time she was here?
Yeah, she bought a couple of bundles.
Just generic or like the waking up, the sleepy, anything like that?
Uh, she bought, like I said, she bought a couple of different bundles. I'd have to check my ledger.
Eh.
We
But
understand.
so, are you all like looking for Raylan?
We're concerned at their absence. We are hoping that they are safe and, yeah, trying to find them to make sure they're all right.
Well, could you do me a favor while you're at it? If you hear anyone mention my brother Colin, could you let me know? I haven't seen him in weeks.
Was he
Solid,
gifted?
yes.
I mean, does a smart mouth count as gifted?
I mean, no offense. Mal has smart mouth. Yes, then is very gifted.
Colin work at
Yes.
your shop with you?
Oh, no. Colin worked in the fields.
Was was Colin one of the names we were given by the tabaxi?
No.
No.
Yes, so. And Mal's gonna lean in and get kind of the serious look upon her face. Yes, I understand that magic around here is very dangerous. And I want you to know that I am here to help you. And the only way I can do that is if you're honest with me. You are very close to your brother, are you not?
Yeah, I mean, we're the only family each other has.
Yes, would you know if he has exhibited any sort of magical bearings or gifts? It's okay, dear, you can tell us.
Not that I can think of.
Nothing out of the ordinary, strange, and something emotional, perhaps, that he had something happen while being in a heightened state.
I mean, I haven't seen him do anything that, like, looked like magic. He hasn't been right since Dad died, but nothing that, like, looked magical.
Did he seem smitten recently?
No. Seemed pissed off a lot.
Yes. Mm, Clarity.
Uh,
You say
uh,
the girl. She. Aptitude. Yes. Plants.
Well, she likes to know which teas are which and what they're good for, yeah.
Just teas, though. Um,
I
not
mean,
other plant things.
she might like other plants. I just grow herbs for teas.
Hmm. Yes. See. Curious. Thank you.
Have you heard
uh,
about the others that disappeared?
Yeah. Poor little Perla. Her parents are like losing their minds.
Spirit of the DM, please tell me, remind me how long this daughter has been missing.
6 days.
Thank you. It, hmm, you said your brother's been missing a week.
I mean, it's been a couple of weeks since I saw him.
Hmm, hmm, I see. I see. Well, enjoy the stew. I'm going to go rest now. My dear friends, this old Mal has been worn out for the day. And they'll stand up, kind of pat Tess on the shoulder and say, "You are a good soul, even if people tell you you are odd, and other people tell other people that you are odd. You seem like you're a very sweet girl. Don't let them get you down, and remember, if you ever need something else to do, well, someone will be along to help you with it. Good night, all." And Mal just go to bed.
Good night, Mal.
Night, weird
No.
lady.
Yes. Yes. We will stop by tomorrow. Yes. Uh, maybe before. Maybe after. We perform. Yes. Tea. Yes. I will. I will inquire then about your varieties. I like a good tea.
Yeah, rocks. Sweet.
We will be doing many blessings. Our priest friend will. He'll point to Ursula. Spread the word. There is a priest in town that will be helping the lost since your priest has been gone.
Oh shit, yeah, that'd be awesome. People really need that shit.
Well, the sisters shine upon us all for a reason.
Yeah. And she'll kind of get up from her spot where she's sitting and pick up her kettle. You guys need anything? You just let me know.
Most
Sure.
appreciative, yes.
Very, very appreciative.
She will, at that point, exit the camp, and from the shadows behind you, you'll hear that voice you heard earlier, the dwarven woman. About time.
Was wondering when you would show up.
I'm
Been
popular
here,
tonight.
been here for a bit. Wasn't expecting Tessa.
Neither were we.
This one likes tea. She's gonna point to Yowie.
Yes.
Well, I spoke to who I needed to speak to. And, if you're serious about helping us, not getting us hanged, he'd like to meet you.
Very well. When?
I can take you to him now.
Not now.
Safe.
Too many people watching. Too many people watching. We've drawn too much attention. We need a couple of days for people to get used to us being here.
I'll ask him and see what I can do. He wanted to see you tonight.
Yes, at night. That's when people go missing, I hear.
It's when most people are in bed.
Perhaps, perhaps tomorrow night you bring pick spot we meet.
He'll only meet you in his space. It's
Like you
safest.
said,
Guards don't know where it is.
right. Yes. Question. Good faith, yes? Colin. He is with your friend, yes?
You talk about Tessa's brother.
Aye, yes.
What about him?
She's worried. Seems to me logical. He discontented and missing that he is on another place. He is with them, yes?
Can't answer any of those questions.
Wings as good as a nod, yes?
I said, can't answer you.
Yes. No answer is as good as answer, yes.
Look, I could take you to meet him now. Or I can try and arrange something else, but I make no guarantees.
Try to arrange something else. Like I said, we've had too many strangers wander through. There's too many eyes upon us tonight. And we're not actually sure if we're not bait. So give us a day to sort some loose ends.
So you'll lay low tomorrow and not do anything that gathers attention.
Well, we have offered show, yes, but we will be more circumspect, yes? Blessings from the priest, yes. Welcome in the town.
Oh, that's going to draw even more attention.
But it's a different type of attention. And it's
Yes,
attention we can control.
Yes. Before, strangers who act weird, but weird strangers who bring blessing. Very different. Very different, yes.
Rage is
She's
just
just-
gonna shake her head the whole time this conversation's going on.
She's going to pinch the bridge of her nose and shake her head. Look. We need your help to pull this off. And I got more information for you. I just can't give it here.
Yes. Perhaps Wake Mal, reconsider. Yes?
Yep. Ursula's gonna get up and go over to Mal's tent.
I have a question. What type of creatures are around town? Like, they're cats, like domestic cats?
Oh yeah, there's
pigs,
cats. Yeah, there's cats. Mostly for mouse and rodent control. There's some pens with different kinds of livestock, small livestock, nothing big like cows that need big spaces to graze. but like goats that can be fed on hay that's brought in, because obviously they don't have a lot of grazing land here.
Right. All right.
So
So Maeve is gonna gesture to Julian and try to pull him aside. What if only a couple of us go? I can shift into a cat. You can disguise self.
Yao Yi is very stealthy. Very. No one would notice us. Not if Yao Yi is with.
A lizard man is kind of distinctive, though.
Trust Yao Yi. Trust.
fine.
All right. Let me go tell Mel.
Well, Ursula had headed that way already.
Right.
So Ursula's gonna head to hit Mal's tent and stick her head in. Mal, you need to get up. Yeah, I know. But come on.
You
It's
will
important.
see. You will see Mal does not look anything like what you could. The humanoid is about as basic as you can get. Their skin is stark white. They have white pupilless eyes and black circles around them. Their hair is stark white and very choppy cut, kind of thing.
Not
Okay.
much beauty in that sleep, huh?
Not when you're woken up like that. Okay, you said. What's happening now?
The dwarf is back. They need to meet with us tonight.
Tonight? Why
Yes.
tonight?
Because otherwise we have to put it off, and we're going to draw more attention tomorrow when I do my blessings.
Oh, you're right. Okay, give me like count to 57 and I'll be back at the table.
All right. And Ursula's going to turn around and go back to the table, be like, give her a minute. She'll be here.
And at the strike of 57, fully enrobed and looking much like the what we've established canonically Katharine Hepburn look, she is ready. I'm told we're not going to meet someone.
Do we all need to go though? Because that's how we draw attention.
I will handle. Yes.
Unless
Work.
Mal changes.
I was told not to do that by you.
public.
Here it's
Trust Yao Yi. I handle. Yes. Very
Another-
stealthy. All of us. Yes.
other idea, because I am not so stealthy. I am a twilight priest. We walk at night. We're not afraid of things in the dark. You all change your shape. I can walk. Anybody else that needs to stealth. It'll be fine. I am communing with the goddesses. It's good.
Look, toys only work with us for so long. Are you coming or not?
Let's go. Yes. Yes. Wait. Everyone. Close in. And remain close. And Yao Yi reaches into one of his pouches and he pulls out a small sprig of spruce and then a bit of ashes and sprinkles it over and very quietly mouths some words in Gith. And casts Pass Without a Trace.
Very well. The spell cast, everyone at the ready. Beatrice will lead you down to this slightly hidden dock where there are a couple of small boats waiting and a couple of other people there to help. And as you get into the boats, we'll pick up from here next week.
Boom.
I knew
Cool.
that was coming.
Nice.
I knew that was coming.
All right. I hope you all had fun coming through our first episode. I know we originally intended this to be a 4-part, but because of family stuff going on, it's only going to be done in 3 parts. But I do hope that you'll be able to join us next week for the second part of the Luna Atoll Rebellion. And let's remind everybody who we are and head out for the night.
Yes. I am Yao Yi. No, hi gamers. I'm Lod Clark, and tonight I was Yao Yi, your odd lizard folk tea drinker.
And you can find me on the Book of Faces of the Twitter pages at Lock Unruly. That's Lock with an H.
Is it Mike? Okay. Hey, it's me again. It's Ames or Lolly G FIFO in the chat. I was playing Ursula tonight, your friendly Twilight Domain Goliath cleric who hopefully can convince people that she is blessing them. We'll find out. And you can find me on Twitter at LollyGFIFO.
Hello, everyone. It's me, your resident Catherine Hepburn impersonator. I was the voice of Maldar this evening, your Changeling College of Spirits bard. And you can find me on Twitter at Peculiar Patrick.
Everybody, it's Christina. I was Maeve tonight, trying to be the most subtle and discreet of the group and failing miserably. And you can find me on Twitter at TMOrscaSpula.
Hey everybody, I'm Tyr. I am normally Tyr the DM. Tonight I'm Tyr the player, world's okayest player. Just want to say a quick thank you to Ren for running this. We are doing a mini campaign before we get back into the Runeth Kesha world. That will be on the weekend